LA 21-12671. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Tuesday, August 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 102. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of OTB Mailbag at 8:15, and Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football joins the show at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. I got my Jack Porkin shirt on. Why? It's Star Wars Day. Happy to those who celebrate. Ahsoka comes out today, dude.
I thought May the 4th was Star Wars Day.
That is technically Star Wars Day, but any day when you get new Star Wars is, I guess, also technically Star Wars Day. But this is hopefully, I believe, what should be good Star Wars. And good Star Wars still gets me fired up. So I cannot wait tonight to watch Ahsoka, see what Dave Filoni has for the first episode of this long journey he's been laying the track for years. We can touch on that more in hour number 3. We got a ton to get to. We're going to go to Hungary. Sha'Carri Richardson blows away the world yesterday, becoming the fastest woman on the face of the planet. Probably, in my opinion, the most interesting, wild story in sports. You got a little Jay Johnson presser that I haven't gotten fully chewed through yet. It's an hour long. Nate Yeski being introduced as well as others. But there's some talking points there for sure. Talk a little Caleb Jackson, LSU football, Saints, and I got a whole bunch of nonsense in hour number 3 coming up. How's everyone feeling today? Jake, what's up, brother?
Good. Getting into the swing of it. It's fall, sort of, because it's a fall schedule. With football, multiple shows doesn't go away, but flag football, like immediately after the second show and running out of the door. We're here. We're in that season.
Tight. Yeah.
I was the only one last night, T. There was a lot of go touch the fence and come back.
Oh, really?
How
old? At what age do you start making them run?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I'm typically not that coach. I try to be the fun coach, and we have a good time. Yesterday, it was to the point, to the limit, where I was like, go touch the fence. 4th grade. Go touch it.
When I become the coach, on day 1, I'm going to deflate the ball in front of these kids and say, you aren't going to touch one of these until you're in the best damn shape of your life. Get on the line! And then I'm just going to keep blowing that whistle for an hour and a half. We're going to do that for 2 weeks, and then I'll teach them football.
All right.
No, that's a psychopath. If you heard that and thought that sounded like a good plan,
reassess
yourself.
You probably have a pair of 2-button bike shorts on right now.
Yeah. Reassess. I do love the idea of deflating the ball, though. Mark, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. It's funny y'all are talking about this. Me and Taylor were talking about Friday Night Tykes the other day. Y'all ever seen that show?
I have not, but I know what it is.
Yeah, I remember it being controversial at the time.
Very. Guys, like what you described, like times 10.
That's so beyond stupid.
Yes.
It's hard to wrap your head around. What about you, Taylor? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing good. It's good vibes this morning. Bit of a long day, but we're gonna have a good one, man.
You have a long day ahead of you?
Yeah.
So the key is just stay in the moment. Whatever the task at hand is, whatever you are doing currently, do not allow your focus to wander beyond, and then you'll look up and the day will be done. That's how we're gonna make it today. And so with that in mind, it is segment number 1. And the lead story today, the starters for today, if you will, to me, has to be Sha'Carri Richardson. And as yesterday, she became the fastest woman on the planet. Really think about that. What it means to be the fastest woman on the planet. First off, let's play the race. But before we play the race, let's remember this. This is a field here that includes the Jamaican 5-time world champion, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. It features 4, how about this, Jake? This field you're about to watch her race against features 4 of the fastest 8 times that have ever been turned in. 4 of the fastest 8 people ever, not times, because it was 4 different sprinters. 4 of the fastest 8 people ever to walk the face of the earth. The field has a total of 38 Olympic and World Championship medals, I believe of which Sha'Carri is offering none at the beginning of this race. And she had barely squeaked through the semifinals as she was kind of in the semifinal of death. Only the top 2 advance. She gets 3rd, but her time was the fastest of the people who didn't finish top 2, so she qualified, so barely gets into the final. And here's what it looked and sounded like in Budapest, Hungary, as Sha'Carri Richardson tried to ride her legend.
Set. Women's 100 world final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talou. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it. Sha'Carri Richardson has won the world title. She had to come from behind in the semi, but when it counted, she has done it.
Had to come from behind in the semi. She had to come from behind in the final. She had the 3rd slowest start out of the gate. I can't imagine.
Isn't that kind of her MO a little bit?
I mean, I guess so.
You know, usually catches up at the end.
I mean, I guess so. I can't imagine being fast enough to close on the 5-time world, 6-time world champion when they have that much of a lead. Like, it's a race that I had to watch like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, did she really win? And then you keep looking back.
I saw you looking at me. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I saw it in your face.
It's shooting it at an angle, so her lane looks like it's a little bit behind.
She is so I watched it a bunch, so trying to figure out how behind she is. She is behind.
Oh, yeah.
She is a full body length behind.
No, I mean like at the very end.
Yes,
her
no,
lane's
I know.
at an angle, and I'm like, did she actually win that? But then
she
it shows
won
it at a different angle.
by 0.07 of a second.
Yeah.
0.07. The time of 10.65, her personal best. And is that not the craziest part about thinking about being an Olympic athlete? Is it's not like, okay, you run that 10.65 in training, it doesn't count. You run it in the semifinal race, it doesn't count. Like, you have to be at your best when it matters most. And Sha'Carri Richardson was, and now she's a world champion, fastest woman on the planet. And what's crazy is, Jake, it's a year removed from her being embarrassed in the U.S. championships where she didn't even qualify for the finals. She got eliminated in heats, everybody. And we all know about the drama following Paris when she won the U.S. 100 meters only for the marijuana test and everything. So what a journey for Sha'Carri Richardson, getting better and better. And now the Olympics next year. And this confidence gained here, the first U.S. woman to claim gold since Tori Bauer in 2017.
Ooh, 2017.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Jamaica's been dominating.
I don't know if I could drive a 10.6 in my car.
No, I don't. Remember how many can do many things. I don't know if that is one of them.
That's highly impressive. Not only to run that time, but the way she ran that race, like you mentioned, to continue just to catch the fastest people in the world.
Crazy.
And I mean, they were well out in front. And
like, have you ever tried to chase somebody down? Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How, I know you have, but I'm saying, like, just really think about trying to chase somebody down. Because in your brain, you always feel like you can catch the person. But it's a bad feeling when you're running as hard as you can and you clearly cannot. And that's what it should be like if you're going against the world-class sprinters. But no, she literally hawked them down and beat them.
Yeah, that's the ultimate flex to be able to do that. Because in most things that you do, it's all about the start. You work on the start. You never work on the finish. Think about this when you're combine training. You don't work on the finish. You work on the start, the start. A lot of times you don't get past 10 yards. It's about the first 10. You got to get the fact that she was, I don't want to even say slow, but late. She was that late getting out of the blocks there. And to be able to do that against who she's going against, that's what makes it that much more impressive than just going out there. If you started fast, you held on. And so that's oof. And you, like, if you go back and you watch it,
you can play the race again without sound.
The sprinters for Jamaica, they honestly had no idea because she was so far away in lane 8. They had no idea that she was closing like that either. Now, they didn't pull up or anything, but they thought they had the race won.
I mean, they should have had it won. Sha'Carri looks like she's almost in last. And then it's this right. I can't even. right there. How did she do that quickly? The last, 10, 15 meters just seemed to hit the jets and rocket ahead. And now she's a world champion, fastest on the entire planet.
Bilbo says that was also the first world champion ever who didn't make the final with an automatic qualifying time.
Oh, wow. So, there you go. But, therein lies the great challenge of an Olympic sport. Again, being at your best when it matters most. It goes so far beyond just being a physical challenge. At that point, it becomes mental. How do you deal with anxiety, pressure, all sorts of these things? Like we said, and she stumbled out the blocks in the semis, and that's what almost cost her, right? But she found a way to get in, and then she found a way to be at her best. After the race, she said, quote, "I'm going to stay humble. I'm not back. I'm better, and I'll continue to be better." And I can't help but be reminded it's college football week of Kirby Smart taking that Georgia football team, or at least him going to see the New Zealand All Blacks this summer and kind of studying with them and learning, okay, All Blacks, how have you maintained and sustained your domination through the years? And they have a saying, it's better never rests. And to me, that quote from Sha'Carri Richardson basically says that, yeah, I'm world champion, the fastest woman in the world, but I want more. And track and field's weird too. Like, a world championship is incredible. It matters. It makes your career, your life. Like, she can live off of this. But it all comes down to Olympic gold. And it's going to be in Paris in 2024. And better never rests. And Sha'Carri Richardson's going to try to see if she can do it again next year. Incredible job by the former LSU sprinter.
That whole race reminds me of the old Joey Hester saying, do you want to win or do you have to win?
Yeah.
She had to win.
She had to win. And again, it's just such a culmination of a journey from being denied the opportunity to compete in Tokyo, then seemingly falling off really bad a year ago, her agent saying being light years away from where she's at now, putting in the work, finding herself mentally, physically, and now the fastest woman on the planet, outdoing an incredible field of sprinters. Shout out Sha'Carri Richardson, representing the Tigers and the United States. First goal since 2017. Love to see it. Still excited to see what Javon Harrison does in the high jump finals as well. But we'll see. Shout out Sha'Carri.
Just another part of the story of the LSU takeover.
Yeah, I mean, the zeitgeist continues, man. It's kind of insane. All right, when we get back, let's talk a little Jay Johnson, addressing the media. So I want to talk Caleb Jackson as well. Hey, if you want to get involved in today's show, as well as every day, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. If you can't hang out with us live, remember, subscribe to the Off the Bench Saints and Off the Bench LSU channels, which are doing very well. Taylor informed me this morning, so thank you for that. Continue to hit the like button, watch them, and all that good stuff. We'll be back with more OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Get Gordon and get it done. You need somebody who's going to finish the fight for you, okay? Get you the victory. You want to get Gordon. 225-888-8888. You need somebody who's going to fight on your behalf in court. Gordon McKernan's the answer. But maybe you want to design the next billboard. We got a few more days here until August 31st. You can go find him on social media at Get Gordon for details on how to enter. They got cash prizes as well as seeing your billboard up on the billboard. Your design up on the billboard. Yeah, there we go. That's better. The G Team. All your favorite athletes. Get Gordon, get it done.
GetGordon.com is the website. There you can find all the information, past client results, cases they can handle for you. Another great tool is social media, as T-Bob laid out. The handle is always going to be at Get Gordon. And also another way you can get in contact with them. Of course, you can just pick up the phone. So wherever you're at in Louisiana, if you're in the 318-985-337-504-225, does not matter. Your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done. 9852. Them too.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good looking name.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West joins us to talk about the Tigers and Sharif Ishaq on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beauty focus, EOU. Ooh, you, ooh, I'd leave it all. My acres of land I've achieved. It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, I'd leave it all. Oh, for you, I'd leave it all. Give me one good reason.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. OT.
We never got to go to Budapest to play a football game. I did get to go to London once, but
that's cool.
I mean,
track and
field gets to go to like all of the pretty cool countries.
Yeah, all you gotta do is like be one of like the 10 fastest people on the planet. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you know, there was probably a time in my life where I was one of the 10 fastest fullbacks in the NFL.
Well, there were only 11 fullbacks.
Exactly.
Welcome back off the bench.
Yeah, Vontae Leach, you didn't want to see me on that line.
I am very jealous. I saw a picture from the Dublin airport this morning, and there was an old man in a Notre Dame jacket. Already showing up, getting ready, going to spend the week in Ireland, drinking beers, probably, I would guess, exploring what he considers to be his homeland, who knows kind of the place of his ancestors, who knows if he's been there before. But mine's just been racing, thinking about that old man all this morning, how much fun he's going to have this week, drinking beers, touring castles, and then watching a badass football game at the end of the week. Jealous.
You think LSU would ever do something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it has a ton of benefits. It puts you on a big stage. If it's this week 0 game, you're probably not going to get an opponent that is really that tough. Like, it's a game that you probably should win, unless it starts to change. So I would love it. Like, what if it's like an actual big matchup? That'd be crazy. But I think people would be more concerned about risk then. But yeah, I mean, look, I think traveling leads to team bonding.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Kelly era has been very forward thinking about, traveling or guys like studying overseas and whatnot. So yeah, I think they'd for sure be open to it.
I hope so. That'd be great. I mean,
It's just
Las Vegas is very cool next year against USC. I don't want to get that twisted, but it'd also be cool to go play. Let's come up with a random team, probably on the East Coast somewhere, North Carolina in Ireland.
Sure, absolutely. I would love that. I mean, I'd love to play anybody in Ireland.
Because you're right, it can't be too good, but it can't be too bad either.
No. Which is why it's kind of funny that Nebraska and Northwestern agreed to do it last year, because they were actually two very evenly matched teams. Like, they were both awful, but that was a big matchup for both. In fact, that was Northwestern's only win. They were winless on U.S. soil.
Yeah, for 2 years now they have been.
So I think the other thing maybe working against LSU in this is Notre Dame's the literal Fighting Irish in Ireland. Massive home field advantage.
Probably so, minus the probably.
Yeah.
And also, Navy is the Navy of the United States of America, so.
Yeah. I wonder how Irish natives feel about Notre Dame's mascot. I imagine they're very into it, but I guess you never quite know.
I wonder how Deacons feel about Wake Forest mascot.
I still don't fully understand I still don't fully. Is the demon deacon? We'll just look it up. But like, is the demon deacon like a devil priest or
it's supposed to just be a stereotypical representation of a deacon, like that
really?
religion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The name is cool. Demon Deacon is a cool name,
True.
but don't really know what it is.
No.
I don't know what a blue devil is either.
Don't know what a blue devil is.
I know what the devil is, but he's typically red in Halloween costumes.
A guy took on a frat.
There's a blue one.
I've never seen a blue one or a red one though.
A guy dared his frat brother to dress up what he thought an old-time Baptist would look like, so he did before Wake Forest came back in the 40s, and that just became their permanent mascot.
Oh, wow.
Baptist deacon.
Okay, there you go.
I've gone to a lot of Baptist church. I ain't never seen a fellow look like that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, though. I've been to a Baptist church. I've been pitty fire and brimstone. He had the energy of a demon for sure. How you say that dude's a demon, like on the field or something?
Going to Pentecostal church.
I've dabbled in it all.
Okay.
I've dipped my toes. I've week zeroed all denominations, if you will.
Yeah, you just got to try them out.
That's something that Aaron was upset about yesterday. Just classic boring old man fashion on Snap. He was like, just call it week 1 or it's week 0. Bro. These are games that matters for these teams. And I get what he's saying, but I think I came up with the perfect analogy to explain why it's week 0. It harkens back to a Taco Bell story from a few years ago where Taco Bell got in trouble because their beef did not legally qualify as beef because it wasn't hitting the percentage that it needed to of actual beef content, right? Mm-hmm. So in the same way, this is not actual college football,
right?
Because although we have some and it's tasty and delicious and we still like to eat it, there's not enough college football this weekend to qualify as beef. So therefore, this is the equivalent of like a Taco Bell soft taco. It's kind of trash, but it's going to be tasty. And if you hadn't had it in a while, it's going to hit the taste buds all the sweeter. And then next week, maybe we'll get some actual good fajitas when they come out sizzling on the cast iron and delicious queso to start and margaritas and all will be well in the world.
I like the comp. Yeah. Did you come up with it on the spot on Snaps? Did you let Aaron know that?
Came up with it in the shower this morning.
Okay, because I was about to say, you and I would enjoy a good Taco Bell. It's 2 a.m., hadn't had it in a while, soft taco. I don't know if Aaron would.
No.
A little too healthy boy.
He's a hard buddy. Although he has gotten me on that MyFitnessPal app. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. I'm not doing anything like crazy or overly strict, but I'm starting to track some stuff. It's kind of cool. But I'm getting
Are we
excited.
about to lose you?
No. It's been a few weeks.
What do you think, boys?
It's been a couple weeks.
What do you think?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I mean, but the problem is right now, it's probably because I've been leaving town every weekend, is I just eliminate any gains made during the week with just gluttonous behavior on the weekend with drinking and eating. Just full, 7, lock me in the room and watch me eat myself to death for Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt to find my obese, just corpulent body rotting away in my apartment.
Yeah, that was one of the 7 deadly sins. You're right.
The scene was so crazy. That movie's crazy.
Yeah, what's in the box?
Jay Johnson press conference yesterday. I probably want to hold off on maybe getting I think I'll probably want to do a deeper dive on this after I get to listen to the whole thing. I'll give you some kind of service level takeaways. A couple things that he pointed out, and I kind of had forgotten that this LSU baseball team lost just one player to the transfer portal and just one recruit to the MLB draft. That's, the rich get richer. The development god remains ready to develop, Jake. He talked about how he thinks that the biggest jump in his programs traditionally happen between year 1 and year 2, either of the coaches getting there or the players being in the system. And he specifically referenced Brady Neal, Paxton Kling, and Jared Jones as guys who could take massive leaps next year.
Yeah, it was good. I actually got a chance to see him. He was in here doing a podcast with Moscona and got a chance to talk to him yesterday, and always walk away highly impressed with Jay. And it's
damn, I was probably downstairs.
I was wondering where you were.
I had to go cut some
10:20
stuff that you'll be hearing sometime.
Oh, that's right. But I only imagine it's wild for what it was last year. Like, I only imagine it to go up and not down because of what he's building. Like, think about how quickly he was able to build it. And those players that you mentioned, those 3 players, and then Neal's a catcher, and you also have Hayden Travinski coming back, and he's somebody that you can be creative with. He can be a DH, he can be a first baseman, depending on what you want to do. Barry Jones can be a DH first baseman. I mean, you got multiple options, multiple players, and you never want to say this, but it does feel like they have the team that can be right back in the position where they finished.
Yeah.
Now, you're losing Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz. That is never going to be easy. But in the totality of the team, you feel really good about where it's at. And some of the guys that you were able to keep out of the minor leagues and sign with you are going to be able to help you in this year number 1 of their career. And I don't say that lightly. I know it's very difficult, but they have that kind of talent.
Well, it's interesting, too, because you talk about getting even better, and it's like, well, what do you think win a championship? Can they stay healthy, right? But you didn't really stay healthy last year, and you still won one. So you do remind me of something else that I thought that was one of the highlights of yesterday's press conference. Jay Johnson talking about Cam Johnson, the big flamethrower, remember, that we watched Raleigh Fingers talked about, said he should have been a first-round pick. He said Cam Johnson is not allowed to be near the football facility. Nor Tiger Stadium, saying he has to keep Brian Kelly away from Cam because old boy looks like he'd be playing defensive end. It's a big boy.
Like Nick Storrs, baseball player turned into a tight end
straight
on the
up,
football team. Like, you don't go over there. You work out over in the old weight room. You don't even get to come over here.
Ooh, this is interesting. I missed this. Fawn says T-Bob J also said he had 2 high school players who went to the draft last year and signed and later texted him they made a mistake. They should have come to college. Yeah, well, look, that's the message that Jay is proving. Not come to college to help me, come to college to help you. Your best path to the pros remains through the college game. And that's an argument that is getting stronger and stronger. Look at Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens, what they just made and did. I thought it was interesting to hear him talk about Jake Brown, the Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, saying, making it official here at the start, which I wasn't paying close enough attention to know how it went down with Gavin Guidry last year, but saying that Jake Brown will attempt to be a 2-way player. So already just putting it out there. I mean, Guidry's going to attempt to be a 2-way player as well this year. Does that mean you got 2 of them guys trying to run around?
I wonder what the thought process is for that, because Paul Skeens is like, hey, you're a pitcher. You are not hitting. And Paul Skeens was certainly somebody, like, even the Pirates told him if he wanted to, he could become a 2-way player. And he's like, I just want to focus on pitching right now. But
really?
They left that open for him. And he didn't even do that here because they wanted to focus solely on the pitching. And I understand why. So I wonder what goes into that decision. Player A, B, and C. Okay, you're a 2-way player. We're going to allow you to do it. Player B, same situation. But player C, we want you to focus on one or the other. I wonder if there's like a metric that they use, or if you get together as a coaching staff, you're like, yeah, he's a 2-way player, but he's like 80% this way, 20% the other way. Let's focus on the 80, get that to 100.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would think from Skeen's outside looking in, it's just that the ceiling was so high. But then it's like, but Gavin Guidry's ceiling, I mean, that's a cat who's closing out games as a true freshman. So, like, I don't know. But they're going to try Jake Brown to be a two-way player. Speaking of Travinsky, I imagine Jake, I mean, look, nobody's going to be the defensive stalwart that Trey Morgan's been the last few years, but, like, if you can play catcher, you can definitely play first. But you can play first well, I would imagine, right?
He played first one game that I
he
remember.
played some this season. Yeah. I just mean, like, there's going to be a drop-off for Morgan, but catchers tend to be good defenders anyway. I mean, it's kind of the entire job, right? So, like, he should be able to be maybe an above-average defender at first.
Yeah, and he can also be your DH.
Sure.
I mean, Kay Beloso was that role for a very, very long time. I guess depending on Barry Jones and Hayden Travinsky, if you want to say, okay, one of y'all, you'll go win the first base job, you know, that would be a competition because it does, like Neil started last year before he got hurt behind the dish. And so obviously they really enjoy him. You're going to have candidates at both of those positions, though. And again, it's another great problem to have. Do you toy with moving someone to the outfield? That could be a situation, but the outfield seems like it's stacked as well. So there's going to be good players that don't start every day for this LSU baseball team.
And he said Alabama transfer Luke Holman reminds him of Chase Dolander for whatever
that's positive.
Yeah, I would say so. I just got into the Nate Yeske portion of the press conference that I stopped watching, so I have no great insight into what Nate said. I'll just say that I love Nate Yeske's look. He's got a square jaw, sharp angles, somebody who carries himself with confidence. So we'll maybe revisit that as I get to the rest of it and see if anything else bears mentioning tomorrow. Little LSU baseball talk in the fall as fall ball is right around the corner. This is Jay Johnson's first time in front of the media in about a couple of months now. All right, when we get back, let's head back to the Ponderosa as we break down some LSU football and ask a question about who will be the next great running back for the Tigers. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to ITI Technical College, guys. ITI Technical College. ITIcollege.edu is the website where you can start your journey. And look, when you work with ITI, you're going to work with a local family-owned trade school that for 5 decades, for 50 years, has been helping Louisiana residents find those careers that set them up for the rest of their lives, okay? And I mean, really helping. I mean, when you sit down, meeting with counselors and discovering maybe what you're into, what path you would like to go down, working with you to find the schedule that works. Even if you work full-time, they got day class, they got night classes. Working with you to do mock interviews once you get ready to graduate, to set up internships to help lead you down the pathways to eventually get these careers. If you feel lost, you can be found with ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu. Go visit today.
And that's why their tagline can be for a better life. Go see them off Airline Highway. Their campus, we tell you, every single day is set up for your success. You will be blown away. You can check that out online as well, iticollege.edu.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Call in Baton Rouge. I'm ready what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down the
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Saints are back on the practice field. We'll get you an update on the Houdats, and we'll continue our SEC check-ins. Mississippi State is up next. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Hey, look at the Caleb Jackson section here at 7:30. Taylor, get that video ready to roll. It's we have video of the swing pass that Caleb Jackson took to the house, and it's more impressive than I'd even thought from just reading about it. Right? I know you got to see it live, Jake, but I don't know how many people got to see it yesterday. But it does beg the question, and it's one that LSU Tigers wire Will Rosenblatt asked yesterday, and look at this run right here, dude. I mean, that's what, 4 broken tackles in the Jets? And speaking of Sha'Carri, look at him run away from who's 11 nowadays?
Is that Howard?
Yeah, Jackson Howard.
Yeah.
Okay,
I almost brought my little name chart that I got at practice.
Go back to that. You can play it again. Go start over at the beginning.
Yeah, that's an edge rusher. That's moving pretty good.
Pretty well.
All right, look, and I've seen this play a lot, and I've seen a lot of people that were at practice write about Caleb, and they're right about like his skill set. And I've been to a couple practices, and he has looked the part. But if you want to play as a young running back, here's what you have to do. You got to take care of the football, and you have to pass protect.
So
you have to do those things. Those are non-negotiable things.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is the conversation you kind of want to have here. Will Rosenblatt asking the question, is Caleb Jackson LSU's next star running back? And after you see a play like that, it's hard to say no, right? Like, well, yeah, I mean, did you see that potential? Like, if you can do that, you could be a star. But like Jake said, it's weird. I think the answer to that question could be yes, but I think also the answer is that not this year, right? Like, I think he'll have that kind of classic freshman. Every now and then, Jake, you get one of those freshmen with home run potential where because they can't always do things you're talking about, you don't get to be the down-to-down guy, but maybe they have like 4 or 5 moments in a year where they really blow you away with some explosive play like that.
Yeah, you don't have to be the RB1. You don't have to be in there maybe in some of the most critical moments, but you can be there to help the football team out.
Yeah.
I mean, we have certainly seen backs. I go back to 2006. Like, there was times where Charles Scott and Keelan Williams and even Richard Murphy, like they helped us win games.
Yep.
Now, JV was still in that rotation. I was still playing running back. Trendon would still have his role, but they had a spot on the team, and it was to come in and maybe they give you an explosive play here or there. And if it's 3rd and 11, the game's on the line, you're probably going to have a veteran running back in there. Josh Williams type is going to be in that game because you can trust that guy. You can count that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have an explosive player like that at that position, you can insert him in the lineup, but he has to do just enough in pass protection and holding on to the football to justify it. And I keep bringing up those two things because that's the spot where young running backs struggle the most. I'm not talking about just Caleb Jackson. I'm talking about all of us, right? Holding on to the football, because sometimes you try to make the play bigger than it actually is, and you get loose with your ball security.
Yeah.
Because you're so worried about impressing people and maybe trying to make the run 7 yards more down the field than what actually the play can give you, then you start getting loose with the football and start swinging all over the place. I know I've been a part of that. Every running back ever has been a part of that. Also in pass protection, it's not even the fact that maybe you can't block the guy that's coming, but you're so worried about getting out on your route and catching the ball, yes, but being there for your quarterback that you leave a little too early. And then here comes your linebacker or here comes your safety, and you left early, and all of a sudden he's hitting the quarterback, ball's going the other way, and the guy's scooping and scoring going the other way.
Yeah.
So you have to, like those moments, it slows down for you, and you don't worry about getting out so fast, and the coverage and the blitz when you become a veteran player. So he can't even come from that position because he can't be covered up. The safety's way over there, and then that's when you get out fast. But when you're a young player, let's be honest, like you're still patrolling the area. You're looking for anybody that's coming, and sometimes you can get out a little too fast. So all of those things, like as a young running back, that's where you have to kind of be careful.
Yeah, and it's interesting, but not hard to understand that both of those core tenets that you're kind of talking about, Jake, there, what are they both related to? Turnovers. Most important stat in football, turnovers. What do you think, and by the way, on that run, I forgot to mention this fact, Caleb Jackson hit 21.4 miles per hour. Chris Hilton's 21.5 was the only faster speed of the day. What does this star running back mean nowadays, though? Obviously, in the NFL, it's something really complicated. In college, it's probably still a bit more similar. Is it just simply 1,000-yard rushing? Is it 1,000 total yards in terms of rushing and receiving? Is it playing a percentage of the plays? Like, has Clyde Edwards-Helaire set the bar too high, having this kind of outlier year where he had all the stats and played 90-something% of the snaps? Like, what do you think it means to be a star running back on the college level?
It's a great question, and I guess it's going to be different everywhere. But like in a place like LSU, typically, plays 70% of the snaps.
Yep. Okay.
And you're going to have maybe it's 650, 700 yards rushing. You're going to lead the team, but you're going to have three guys behind you. You're at 700. They're at 480, 390, and 280.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be. That's typical LSU football season. It just is. Now, you can go to some outliers. I mean, Jeremy Hill, I'm sure, had a ton of yards when he was a featured back.
Yeah, he averaged like 7 or 8 yards a carry. It was absurd.
Yeah, I mean, I got over 1,000, but we were still a run-heavy team at that time. We didn't throw it nearly as much as we do now. Clyde got over 1,000. Nick Brissett got over 1,000. Like, there's only been, we'll have to look it up, there hasn't been as many as you think 1,000-yard backs.
Well, especially
in
not
LSU's history.
Miles, I'm guessing, even though I guess you did have Clyde and Nick, and did Geis go over 1,000? And then that Ogeron era post last right? Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, because he had
twice?
I don't know if it was back-to-back years. I'll look, but he had that one game against A&M where it was like 285.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was Steve Ensminger's first game he called, right? I believe
Charles Scott went for 1,000.
No, so the one
I'm thinking post Miles era.
Okay.
The first game that Ensminger called was Missouri when Geis and they set the single
and then
game.
A&M was next.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, the point is, being a star running back is kind of a more complicated deal than it's ever been before. But as far as Caleb Jackson goes, maybe he eventually gets there. All I'll say is this. I don't care how old you are, how experienced you are, that speed plays. Like that speed has a role on the team. It has a role on special teams as well, which he could be an absolute war daddy rushing down on kickoff, covering punts. So shout out Caleb Jackson. Looking forward to seeing what he can do this year.
To give you an idea, all-time single season, Charles Scott's 10th with 1,100. So there's just not. So you're not going to go far down than that. So you're not going to have just a ton. So there's probably been 12.
Who's the most ever? Lenny?
Leonard has the most ever with 1,953 yards
in 1 year.
Kevin Falk shows up on this list twice. He did it in 96 and 98. Darius Guy shows up twice. He did it in 16 and 17. Charles Alexander did it in 77. Clyde did it in 19. Dalton Hilliard did it in 84. Hilly did it in 2013. Scott did it in 08. I did it in 07. And Brissett did it in 18.
TDP in 21.
He got right 1,001,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah. So 13 times, 14 times.
Sorry, that's how many 1,000-yard rushes has been.
Yeah.
I got distracted. I guess Uhine just got canceled.
Yeah, that's why I've been a little distracted too. My wife called right when you asked me that first question. My wife, who listens to the show, never calls during the show, called, and my heart just started beating really fast. And then I got the same situation going on, like the emails and the texts. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it's out at LSU too. The entire campus, they just tweeted about it.
Yeah, that makes sense with you being right there on campus.
All right.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop.
Let's go to break, and when we get back, we'll close out hour number 1. We got OTB mailbag coming up, second segment, hour 2. So keep it locked, youtube.com/1045ESPN if you want to hang out. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Shout out Brandon Golson and the Community Steel team for joining the Off the Bench team. You want local business, right? You want a local sales team that's going to service all of your steel needs, whether you're a contractor, a roofer, you're just somebody who needs some beams or some other steel products made for personal use. You want to go to Community Steel Company. It's pretty incredible, man. They got a shop in Gonzales, a massive one. They got more opening up around the corner as well. Excited to tour. I was supposed to go tour it after the show today. I don't know if the school thing's going to mess it up at all. But look, man, whether you're in Ascension, Baton Rouge, St. James, Assumption, Community Steel Company is your answer for all of your steel needs. 225-647-2020, 647-2020. Call that number. And again, you talk to the live local sales team, not just a website, no robots, no national company BS. Keep it in the family, the Louisiana family, with Community Steel Company.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West joins us to talk about the Tigers and Sha'Carri Shack on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 1045 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Take a deep breath, drink water. You know that these streets just like
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Excited to be joined by Trey Ledbetter of Pro Dreams. He's putting on an event this weekend. It's going down to the Mandeville Castine Event Center. It's going to be Saturday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m., and it's the Bayou Collectibles show. It's presented by Pro Dreams and Dazzle Sports. And look, man, we got some great guests going this weekend. Jose Canseco, Ricky Williams, Tommy White, Rudy Rudiger, Justin Vincent, Jamal Williams, Dwyer Brown, Bubby Brister. There's others as well, including our own Jake Hester. What's up, Trey? Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Turn on his mic, Mario. There we go.
Oh, busted.
All right, there you go.
All right,
You're
now
good.
we're live.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
You're real close to that mic,
I would
too,
like
so
to
it's
also
funny.
point out that my name is in front of Justin Vincent's on this ticket right here. I would like to point that out, JV. If you're listening in your office or on your way to work, I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Never doubt an ex-athlete's ability to get ego about something, about anything.
It's right
about,
there. I don't
about
know.
the name order on the ticket. I mean, it does lead with Canseco, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ricky Williams. Trey, so how did all this come about, man?
So we're a sports memorabilia company. We do a lot with LSU. We're on campus on game days selling sports memorabilia. And we just wanted to bring something to the fans that they can attend and meet some of the athletes that we're bringing in. We're bringing in some huge names. We've got 14 guests coming.
Hell yeah.
Like you said, Jose Canseco, Ricky Williams, a lot of our big names. And, of course, the biggest name is Jacob.
Yeah, the biggest. The absolute biggest, there's no doubt. Okay,
Smallest
so
height, but the biggest
maybe,
name.
well, low man wins. I've told you that for years, but
Rudy's
you
probably
have some,
smaller, actually.
I probably
We
is
met
small.
Rudy.
Yeah, we met Rudy. God, you know what, though, Rudy? I'll sock you one. LSU's got some big guys coming, too, LSU football and baseball.
We have Harold Perkins, Hayden Travinsky,
okay.
Tommy White, Mason Smith. God,
What?
Mason Smith is going to be awesome. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, he's, just, look up.
Yeah.
Because he's a giant.
I saw some pictures of it when they were taking with the team, and I was like wildly impressed how big of a man that
He
is.
is a man.
Yeah.
Emil in the chat say Bubby Brister, ULM legend and all-time great name. All-time.
Yeah.
Great name in Bubby Brister.
Don't forget Cindy Morgan, the heartthrob of Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. You should have put her in front of Jake. What are we doing here?
Dude,
dude?
hey, look, the order is the order. He put the order out there for a reason.
So how's this work? So it's $5 to get in at the door. We get some free tickets that we give away as well. It's free admission for children 12 and under if you want to come out and bring your kids there. But there's 150 vendor booths. So I'm a big Comic-Con guy. So this feels like basically like a sports con here.
For sure, but they're going to have a lot of other different vendors there that are all kind of collectibles. So comics,
Oh, no
cards,
way.
coins,
Ooh.
some old money. They got a guy coming that all he does is travel the country with a metal detector, and whatever he finds in his digs, he's bringing. So that's one of the cool things. We have a
T-Bob would be
lady,
all about that.
Oh,
a
bro.
lady that she collects game-used items, so footballs, baseballs, bats, anything from major leagues, and makes jewelry out of it. So wallets, keychains, like really high-end type collectible stuff, especially for like the women on game day. There's not a ton of options out there. So she kind of instills the game use merch with the jewelry. It's really neat.
Oh, dude, this sounds.
cool.
I mean, look, man, if you're looking for something to do this Saturday, week 0 in the air, little sports in the air, you want to bring the family to go do something, get some autographs from favorite players, check out some cool booths. This sounds great. It's a Bayou Collectibles show.
One of the other things we're doing is we said from the beginning, this isn't going to be your grandpa's old card show. So we're making an experience for our guests. One of the experiences, Dwyer Brown, who played John Kinsella in the movie Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can actually go there and have a catch with him. So like in the movie, when he says, "Dad, do you want to have a catch?" You'll be able to physically have a catch.
Nice.
He's wearing his old Yankees uniform, his old glove. So it's
No
going to be something to
way.
come.
We're
and
doing a
enjoy
big
with the
cat
kids.
drill at my booth.
That's not true. That's illegal.
Oklahoma drill.
we're doing a
Can we
big
bring
cat
that
drill.
in?
Yeah.
That is illegal. That will be a broken
That'd be fun,
collarbone
though.
and a lawsuit.
There'd be a bunch of
all
meatheads
day.
passing out from being tired.
Yeah.
So again, guys, if you want to get involved, go check it out. The Mandeville Castine Event Center. It's going to be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. this Saturday. 150 vendor booths on top of all those great athletes and stars to go hang out with, and it's put on by Pro Dreams and Dazzle Sports. Trey, thank you so much for stopping by this morning.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. We'll see y'all Saturday.
Absolutely, man. This looks like it's going to be super fun. And remember, children 12 and under, get in for free. Admission door, just $5. And then you go have a great time. Celebrate the return of football with some of your favorite former football players and, favorite LSU athletes.
All right,
We're getting ready
yeah,
to ball
all right.
here just in a couple of weeks. Shout out NIL. Hell yeah. All right, hour number 2 of OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. Rejuve Me Medical is your anti-aging one-stop shop. Okay, you got. We talk about it all the time, right? But like you just don't feel like you used to, as confident as you used to. Maybe mood, memory, insomnia, sexual dysfunction, all of these things. We want to gain strength, lose fat. Okay, Rejuve Me can provide you a pathway to do so. Now the pathways are not the same, right? Mine's not Jake's, right? You get your labs drawn, your body tells them where it's deficient, and they customize a plan based off that information. So restore yourself, rejuvenate yourself with Rejuve Me.
To get rejuvenated, though, you have to get this consultation set up. So go to RejuveMeMedical.com and start that process today. Remember, they're throughout the state of Louisiana now. They've got that newest location up in the Port City. So go to the website, find a condition right now that you're probably struggling with, and going to help get to the bottom line over at Rejuve Me, RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota 4Runner for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota 4Runner for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green. This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Tuesday, August 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of OTB Mailbag at 8:15, and Nick Underhill of NewOrleans.football joins the show at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel, and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz at Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening? Hour 2 of OTB. Oh, every hour done today is an hour closer to Ahsoka. Can't wait, dude. Can't wait. Wish you could go to this con on
Ahsoka?
Saturday.
Oh, that's the Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Is that?
No, that's what they do at BYU. They Ahsoka each other. No, it's Star Wars.
Dawson plays the Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson's
Okay,
Ahsoka, that's right.
look
Good
at me.
job. Good job.
Look at me, big Star Wars guy.
And Mando Season 2 was Ahsoka's live-action debut. Of course, Ahsoka the character was started by Dave Filoni in the old movie, The Clone Wars, the animated movie, The Clone Wars, which was made for kids. And I remember at the time thinking, this is dumb. This will never be anything. Then it became the incredible cartoon, The Clone Wars. Filoni would later go on to make Rebels. He would later go on to make Mandalorian.
Yep.
And now,
Classic.
so this is really the culmination of his life's journey, is his original creation, Ahsoka, getting her own big budget, live action, major blockbuster television show. And he's also probably the leading voice and kind of creative light in the new age of Star Wars. So Disney has to get this right? Like Obi-Wan Kenobi was all right, really high highs, some low lows. Mando season 1 and 2 were incredible, especially season 2 is just the pinnacle. Mando season 3, solid. Boba Fett missed the mark. Andor, incredible, but Ahsoka has to be closer to Andor. Not in terms of style, but in terms of success.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of movie review that you need to give on Snap. So, what movie were they trying to? Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. I'm a little hesitant to say anything. They got.
Yeah, I know they got bots.
They
got
them
spies.
rabbit ears. Both.
I'll say this, so you don't have to say it. I did see the Barstool guys that do movie reviews, and I actually love the podcast. And my movie taste usually aligns with theirs most times. And I said it's that TNT TBS movie where you roll around on a Saturday morning and it's on. You shrug your shoulders, and you keep it in the background as background fodder.
The dumbest part about us getting in trouble for our Gran Turismo review, because I didn't get to see it, Aaron got to see it, like a sneak peek type deal, is that Aaron legitimately loves it. like not putting it on for the read is like, oh, I mean, I'd watch that movie like 2 or 3 times, and they still got mad. I'm like, man, this man just gave you like a passionate endorsement, and y'all out here hating because a couple little things. What happens when what is it? It's like what happens when a down on his luck gamer, a former driver, and an idealistic executive all form an unlikely team? Racing happens, apparently.
In a world where...
Sunday's National Cinema Day. Fandango's running promos for $5 movies. Oh, hell yeah, dude. So what's up? Is there any movie out that I need to see right now? I want to just, because I love going to the movies, I want to bring Alice to TMNT.
Katie took the boys, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very good.
Harlow loved it, too. She didn't make a peep.
Oh, really? She chilled during the movie? Okay,
yeah,
hell yeah.
It's been so long. There's like 7 that I wanted to see like in the last 3 months, and I have not been able to see any of them. Like, I didn't see Mission Impossible, one of my favorite franchises, and I did not see it. And how about this? Because of when it was released in Barbieheimer, it's set to lose $100 million.
What, Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
When's the last time a Tom Cruise movie lost that
and
much?
It is the highest rated movie to ever lose that much money, I saw.
Yeah.
Like IMDb, critics, audience score, and it lost $100 million because of when they released it. Now, that's on them, Ricky Bobby.
I've been to the movies a lot lately. Movie Impossible's not one of them, like you said. I mean, there's just so many other things out.
And it sucks because it's probably a movie that would be best served in a movie theater.
Well, a lot of times a movie like that, because they're like, man, gosh, you make a good movie, a blockbuster, and you release it at the wrong time. Now, I don't know if they knew Barbie was going to be what it was, or Oppenheimer.
They could probably hang. I mean, look at Tom Cruise recently,
for
right?
sure.
Like Top Gun 2 rewrote the box office, and this has all the crazy stunts.
You're right.
It reviewed incredibly well.
Yeah. But a lot of people in this situation would say, you know what, man, it sucks, but let's go ahead and throw it out there on digital because we'll try to get some of that money back. But Tom Cruise is such against that. He is theater, which I know you love, T-Bob. I mean, before Top Gun, remember we're sitting down, he's like, hey, thank you for coming to see this in this theater.
Yeah, that's why he took so long to release it, because they wanted to be able to go see it in theaters.
And so it's not on digital now, although it probably should be because Tom Cruise wants you to go see it in the movie theater.
Well, I mean, Tom, I know I'm not opposed to the idea, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, Emil says Tom Cruise and Harrison Ford took massive L's this summer. Well, at least Tom's movie was good. Harrison's was bad, and then it bombed.
I feel like I've heard, that feels like such needless coming after the GOAT Harrison Ford there. But I feel like Indiana Jones still reviewed better than people thought it would. I think it was like a 73 on Rotten Tomatoes or something around there, wasn't it?
I liked it better than the one with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
But it's probably so there's 5 movies in the franchise. It's probably 4 out of 5 for me.
Okay, that's I get that. That's fair.
Maybe 3 at best.
But you got 3 bangers. You got 3 bangers there.
Yeah, for sure.
Or 2 bangers, 1
and then
semi-banger.
Temple of Doom, yeah.
Yeah, and then Temple of Doom, exactly. That's kind of crazy too to think about. Mac Lindsay pointing out the new Mission Impossible ends in a cliffhanger due to Part 2 releasing next summer. Yeah. Which also kind of, I mean, how do you feel about Part 2 then if
Mission Impossible
Part 1 already bombs?
Is an 8.1 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Think about making a movie that is that well received in a blockbuster, stars, franchise, and then it bombs.
So, how do we get here?
I don't really remember. We're talking Star Wars something.
And
I went to I went to Gran Turismo, whatever that was.
Yeah.
We went there, and then I don't really know how we found our way here, but we're here, and we're living here, and we've done a deep dive.
I knew you were going to say that. I'm glad you didn't.
Okay, how about this, Jake? Because we got like a couple minutes here. Here's a little couple-minute burger bite, a little sports appetizer. You look at 745, Taylor, and get that Christian Pulisic goal. Pulisic?
Oh, my God. Did you stroke out?
What is it?
You said it right.
Oh, I did say it right. Okay.
Yeah, Christian Pulisic.
I can never remember it's Pulisic.
Pulisic is what you typically say.
Oh, okay. But now I can't remember what I typically say what's right.
I know.
Shout out Christian Pulisic, though. Made his Serie A debut yesterday for AC Milan. And within 20 minutes, not only had a hockey assist, but had a goal as well. Here's what it looked and sounded like.
Yeah.
Pulisic, another. Here is Pulisic. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant on his debut. The American star shining so brightly for Milan. Christian Pulisic involved in the first goal. He scores the second, and it was all his own work.
That's a world-class goal, Pat. Incredible. 1-2 with Giroud. He's one of the best on playing this kind of football, linking for his mates. And then, look. 1 touch, 2 touch, and then bang. What a goal. What a start of the new season for AC Milan in Serie A. Incredible goal by Pulisic. Look the technique. No chance for Skorupski. It's 2-0 AC Milan.
1 touch, 2 touch, bang. What incredible. I love that Italian. That
Makes
Italian
you feel better.
announcer
He
there.
said Pulisic, and the other guy said Pulisic. So
I don't even hear the difference between the two
First
things you
off,
just said.
shout out to number 9 for that assist, right?
Gerard,
Between
yeah.
the legs, backwards.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was. Who is it? It's Claude Giroux?
It was
I
sweet
don't
setup.
know.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. That was a nice touch. But really, shout out to Pulisic for the finish. Taylor, shut up.
Just watch the assist though here.
And then you can see his mom. No,
they used to be
you're right. Little
teammates.
side hit,
They
just
were
little side
teammates at
flick.
Chelsea as well, so they've got a great.
Wait, is that Claude
rapport.
Giroux? Is that the big Frenchman?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Giroux.
Either way, one of the things that struck me about the clip, as well as you can see his mom celebrating in the stands, going crazy. Of course you would, right? How badass would it be? Like, you're going to kids' football games all the time.
Yeah.
What if you got to go watch your kid play football in Italy?
Yeah, for AC
So all,
Milan.
so all of a sudden you got to move to Italy, and they're playing in Serie A, score and go like that.
Gotta
It's
move to
just-
Italy.
That is all-time good feeling right there for Pulisic's mom.
I
so
bet
shout
even
out.
now this might sound stupid, but I bet even more so in that sport from this country. Because stick with me a little bit. It is so hard to make it from this country to AC Milan. Because like if you play college soccer, yeah, you can like Clint Dempsey played college soccer and had a fantastic career, played for Tottenham and played for Fulham. But it is so hard to make it in this country to a spot like that. I'm not saying it's easy to make it to the NFL, but it's way more likely, even that 1% that it is, to make it into the NFL than it is for someone from Hershey, Pennsylvania to make it to AC Milan.
Absolutely.
Well, think about someone from like another country trying to make it to the NFL. That's rare too. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah. Not as rare, but pretty. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm trying to think which is rare.
It's from another country, right? Making it to the NFL.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
American football is just not a sport that gets played.
It's a bit of a New
many
Zealand
times.
pipeline, though, at this point.
It's more commercialized in certain places like Samoa. You see a lot of football players. come out of there.
Germany has a league. They play.
Germany's
they play
got a
lot.
real passion for American
Yeah.
football. They've got a
I feel
couple
like
of players.
Mexico has a growing passion for American football.
It's growing a lot for sure. It's more mainstream there.
Maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like I've just felt that through the internet ether. Can we hit it one more time on the way out here and just get that really just the call? I only care about the second announcer, even though I do love debut. How the guy says debut, but yeah, give me that second announcer again.
World-class goal, Pat. Incredible. 1-2 with Giroud. He's one of the best on playing this kind of football, linking for his mates. And then, look. 1 touch, 2 touch, and then bang. What a goal. What a start of the new season for AC Milan in Serie A. Incredible goal by Pulisic.
One touch, 2 touch, and
Also,
bang.
the 1-2 Giroux.
Yeah,
that was good
that
too.
was beautiful.
That was good too.
I mean, to be able to call a game in a second language, shout
Yeah.
out you, Mario. I know there's something you have to do.
Thank you.
Always impressive. What do you think about this, Jake, on the way out? Washington Mouse says, I put Serie A over Bundesliga and maybe over La Liga for a number of quality teams.
I'd have to take a deep dive into that. Bundesliga is different. It's way more physical than any of the other leagues, so it's just a different style of football.
1 touch, 2 touch, and bang! Let's go to commercial. OTB mailbag now.
Off the bench with
Emerald
Hester
bang.
and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go bat. Go to Central Plumbing. Go to
Is there an Austrian?
centralplumbing.org. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it did go Austrian, didn't it? It's supposed to be Italian. No, I'm not a master of accents. I'm definitely not a master of plumbing. I don't know about accents, but Central Plumbing, they're a master of plumbing. It's not called Central Accents, is it? No, it's not.
Not.
925-8552. Central Accent. You call them up. They're just like, hey, man.
Hey, say now, fella.
What do you do? I'll just talk like this, man. It's the accent. You need something? No, take it easy. Okay. No, this is Central Plumbing. You call them up and they're like, hey, man. And you're like, what do you need? I need some plumbing. They're like, okay, come on. And then they're licensed, bond insured. You know, they have the flat rate pricing structure. They've seen all they can fix it all. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552.
Hey, say, fella. Did you overthink it? Don't overthink it. Just give my fellas a call now. Call them at 225-925-8552 now. Go to CentralPlumbing.org, fella.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Saints are back on the practice field. We'll get you an update on the Hoodats, and we'll continue our SEC check-ins. Mississippi State is up next. Join us 3 to 6, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Rico told me you messed up, my friend. And Rico always tells it like it is. Speak to me nicely, speak to me nicely. The place that you left me is the place that you find me. I need you water to wash all the nights that got away, yeah. When you gonna arrive in the sky to let your love down? I've been waiting for it to come down. Give me love for the life of me.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Give me love for the life of me.
put it together, right? We finished it.
Yeah, we finished the football movie tier list. I'm not sure that it got released.
I forgot to release it. We can release it this Friday. I don't want to release it outside of that Friday time period again, though, because the one time I did it at a different time, it just bombed horribly.
Yeah.
The SEC, the SEC and Big Ten tier list went off.
Yeah.
So wait, you're releasing it this Friday?
Yeah.
So we're not doing another one this Friday?
We'll see, maybe. Tier
Football
season ends with football season begins. So
which is this week, so that actually makes sense.
And also, we got some big things hopefully coming down the pipeline as far as some potential weekly guests that we've been working on.
Yeah.
And so we're getting excited for football season and really getting that going. So tier list season certainly has a place and time, but this might be the last one. So it's perfect. Release it on a Friday, and people will just be angry at us and yell at us during week 0.
Oh, this is cool. Well, actually, let me read more about this, and I'll let you know in a little bit. If you're wondering what you just heard, that comes from the new John Baptiste album, which I cannot stop listening to. And what's interesting is, what's it called? It's called New World Radio. And what's interesting about it is it's not like, okay, that song almost had sort of a reggae island steel drum sort of feel, right? But it runs the gamut. They call it New World Radio. I'm guessing he calls it that because it seems like every song is some different amalgamation of like a different style, a different, a different culture of music. It feels like, whatever. I'm a musical layman. It sounds as an album unlike anything I've ever heard. And I can't stop listening. And I love John Baptiste. And I'm willing to say he might be my favorite artist of all time.
I got some qualms in the huddle here. Hold the Mayo.
Qualms?
What in the Sean Kingston? What's wrong with Sean Kingston? He's got a couple of bangers. Also from music inside of the Bayou 4 chat. What in the Sean Paul? What's wrong with Sean Paul?
Yeah.
Sean Paul's got some bangers as well.
No, I mean, look, that is, watch. You'll see, like, go listen to the album. If you don't like that style, you're going to like what we could play. Well, if you can find an edited version of the one Lil Wayne, that one's really, really good as well. The Wayne verse on it is one of the more odd yet cool sounding things that I've heard.
Qualms. That's a funny word to say.
It is a funny word. It's almost as funny as Qualcomm Stadium.
Qualms.
Where's Qualcomm? Was that the Chargers Stadium?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
We just called it Q Nasty.
Ugh.
Yeah, it smelled like garlic fries.
Really?
Yep.
I kind of like garlic fries. I don't know if I'd want to be sniffing garlic fries, though, when I'm running.
Yeah.
That seems awful. That seems like a recipe for
think
throwing
about
up.
all the game day smells you could have. Garlic fries is not a bad one.
Yeah, my wife doesn't love it. It brings up like PTSD, like when you start talking about Qualcomm. It was crazy because you had, like, the city is called America's Finest City. It's incredible, beautiful, everywhere you look. And then you had this relic in the middle of the city, and it was just not what you expected.
And not there anymore.
It is rocks. It has turned into a beautiful stadium, but also they did not think about where the sun was going to set when they built the new stadium, so everybody gets baked for about 3 hours. Not that kind of baked in California, but baked by the sun for about 3 hours because they didn't think of, the sun's going to be sitting right there.
Yeah, that's one where all the Aztec fans were like falling out last year, right?
Yeah, and we're like, what's going on? Is California like, well, no, it's still the sun.
Let's do a little OTB mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for off the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
They'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Gold Sounds want to know our thoughts on Ryan Clark saying George Pickens is more talented than Jets.
I kindly disagree. I know what RC's saying. I mean, George Pickens is somebody that can make ooh and ah plays. We've seen it, small sample size at Georgia, but we've certainly seen it in the NFL. And maybe it's because of knowing the story of Jets, but the talent that he has, running routes, getting in and out of breaks, his hands, the movements that he makes to get open. It might not be, the straight line the fastest. It might not be the biggest, the fastest, or strongest, but it is a rare talent, and it's a skill set that is the best in the NFL.
I think kind of what Jake's saying. I think Clark is what he's trying to say is he has better measurables.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
like
that's what
Jake
he's saying.
said,
He's saying
the
raw
route
physical
running, the
talent.
hands,
Yeah.
one of the smoothest athletes I've ever seen at
so
LSU.
smooth,
But
yes.
if you look on paper, Pickens is bigger. He's a little bit taller.
Pickens
He's
is a
probably a
physical
little bit
freak.
faster. Yeah, so
I don't know that he's faster though. We'll look that up.
That's
He
all
may-
that-
he
that's
may
all
not
that-
be.
That's all that Ryan Clark is saying. Is
yeah,
just that
I
Pickens
think
has
he's just
more-
saying it the wrong way. I don't know if he's more talented. He's got better, maybe raw measurables.
Yeah, he's got better raw physical potential.
Yeah,
is what I
because
would
as
say.
far as like a talent, like I've never seen a receiver. I'm talking about ever be able to run as smooth as he does and to get in the little creases that you have to get into to become open as Jeff.
Well, also, I think that we think of route running as not being a talent, but something that you like have to work at, which is true. Like both can be true, but it is a talent, and nobody's better at it than Jets. Emil,
Really?
hashtag OTB mailbag. Who will be the first top 10 team to have 2 losses?
I love a good 2-loss national champion. I don't know that you can get that anymore until the
Friggin' Flynn
expanded
crossed the 50.
playoff.
Why don't you show up for work, you bum.
I mean, that was good.
What-
though.
yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just glad we didn't have to play Andre Woodson in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Get the hell out
I'm
of
just
here, dude.
glad that we finished the season with a trophy.
Yeah, it's whatever. Answer the freaking
You're on
question.
the team, by the way.
Answer the question, dude.
Like you can't hate
Answer
on the
the question,
team that
dude.
you're on. Jefferson, by the way, ran a 4.43 and Pickens ran a 4.47.
The bet, Mario.
So
Okay.
With an H.
Yeah, he can say that.
Relax.
2-loss Tennessee. Team with the first
If you
top
count
10.
Tennessee in your top 10, they're in the coach's top 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're not in the.
They're not. So you want 1 and 10 both? USC.
No. I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, USC and Washington look tempting because the Pac-12 is brutal, though I don't feel like doing the legwork of diving into when they play what. Obviously, Florida State, LSU would have to both be on this list because one of them will have one off the bat.
Florida State.
And then how early does Florida State play Clemson?
Week 4.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I still have Florida State as my pick to win it. I'm very, very high on Florida State, but because of the LSU game, I could see this, being maybe Florida State.
So, and I hope we can get him on here soon. He does
Oh,
morning.
wow, look at that.
Someone
Relative
did a
athletic
comparison of Justin Jefferson and George Pickens. Jefferson's better across the board.
Never mind.
Like
No.
literally everything. Vertical jump,
wow.
40-yard dash, 20-yard split, 10-yard split. He actually outweighs Pickens by 7 pounds.
What?
The-
Okay, so
vertical
Ryan was just
jump.
wrong.
Vertical, Pickens is 33, Jefferson's
33 is not
37
very
and a half.
explosive for what I thought it would be. Oh, wow.
No, I mean, Jefferson's better across the board.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So,
Wow.
Okay, no, Clark's just flat out wrong then.
Yeah, he's wrong.
I was trying.
And I was too. I was
trying to get to my guy RC's back.
He's
yeah.
wrong, tangibly wrong, but his point still stands that Pickens could be much better in the pros than he was at college.
Yes.
Because he could be featured a lot more than he was at Georgia.
The
Because they
Georgia
were so
offense was
run heavy.
anemic
Mm-hmm.
as far as pass. Even though they had Jake Fromm, he was a good player. It just, for whatever reason, they couldn't put. And also, he couldn't get on the field a lot of times too.
Well, he missed an
So,
entire
yeah.
season with an injury of his college career, so that cut him a whole year short.
Impetuous Tiger has to go to your mailbag. When Men's World Cup happened in Europe again, would you want to experience that type of event? What? Yeah.
The next World Cup's here.
Does Mario like burgers?
Yeah. Pittsburgh to Steel City. Last time I checked.
Does Taylor like/hate the Cowboys? Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I would rather go to Europe than here, actually.
I want to go to Mexico City, Azteca.
That'd be cool. I mean, any World Cup game would be incredible to go to.
Hey,
I just mean like World Cup in Europe seems like, that's just a dream.
Yeah,
come
but
true.
I mean, they're going to be like down the road in Houston. Program director, OTB at the World Cup?
Yeah, sure.
No, you don't believe it?
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Most overrated/overhyped during the preseason.
USC.
Texas. What are we talking about?
We know
Top 10
Mario's
team.
vote.
Top 10 team, though.
Texas. He didn't say top 10.
I'm saying top 10.
Okay. You know where I landed on yesterday? Penn State. Why are we all sucking Penn State? What have
Because
they done?
they were 11-2 last year.
No, I know, but what's going to change? Was Sean Clifford that bad? His numbers weren't that bad. Like, is Drew Allard going to be that much better?
I think
Has
Drew
James
Aller-
Franklin ever done anything to let us, think that he's suddenly just
Right.
going to push to the next level?
Drew Aller is a player that is more talented than Sean Clifford, and you were just steady with Sean Clifford, and I'm not hating on him, but he had a ceiling, and he met that ceiling.
Yeah.
Singleton's one of the best running backs in the country. He's top 5 for me. You've got 2 running backs, and you're going to play a style of bully ball. And if that works out for you, because
you ain't going to bully Michigan, though. They beat your ass last year.
They bullied Utah, though.
They could bully Utah, but Michigan bullied. It wasn't even close. Michigan
wasn't.
Penn State.
The Ohio State game was close.
Yeah, the Ohio State game was.
So, but look, Illinois bullied Michigan. So Michigan TCU did.
And it's weird because I'm not saying that Penn State's going to like USC could trip up and lose like 4 games, right? And they could really fall flat on their face. I just think that I don't know how legitimate I think it is that Penn State's going to get past those 2 teams.
I kind of agree with you. When you said the top 10 team with 2 losses, Penn State's the first one that came to my mind.
Well, they will have 2 losses.
Well, I mean, the first one to have it, though.
They finally get one of the 2. I don't know which one it is. I think if I had to guess, Ohio State, they get one of the 2. I don't know what that means for them. I don't know if that means that they can actually get into a Big Ten championship game, but they beat one of the 2 because they are a physical football team that just went up, in my opinion, at the quarterback position. So
again, I just need him to. I need to see it first. Like Clifford's stats were not bad. They were limited, but his touchdown to turnover ratio was like 30-7 last year. Like, is a redshirt freshman going to be better than that? Maybe so.
He played enough last year to make you feel better about the situation than him just coming in cold. But look, the Big Ten. I'd love to have, like, the Big Ten, to me, like the West, and I know this is not the segment, we can go, like, Wisconsin's intriguing to me, Iowa's intriguing to me, Nebraska's intriguing to me, Illinois is intriguing to me.
Yep.
Purdue, I don't know who you are, and I don't have high expectations for you.
After watching Indocano play well this preseason, Purdue feels like they're dead.
Like, just think about Iowa. Iowa was 130th out of 131 teams in total offense, and they were second in total defense. They only gave up 3 yards per play last year, which was best in the country.
Yeah.
If I was in that locker room and I played defense, I would be checking every offensive player.
Well, but also yes,
and also the coordinator.
But also, a lot of that does go back to Kirk. I mean, Kirk hates. He literally thinks offense is pointless. He said there's not a more overrated stat than offensive yardage. Even though my bold prediction on yesterday's snaps was that Iowa will average 26 points a game. Wait for it.
If they average 26 points per game, they will be an 11-win football team.
They'll be. That would put them about 6th in the Big Ten if they did it, and that would also get Brian Ferentz his raise.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the Spencer Petras years were bad, but the Nate Stanley years weren't that bad.
Yeah. And Cade McNamara has been to a CFP before.
Yes, exactly. We're big on Iowa here. Hashtag OGB mailbag. Is they're going to be number 18 this year?
Yes. I don't know. Usually that's already happened. I know that it's going to happen. I just don't know when it's actually going to happen. Soon, because we're here. It's week 0.
Yeah, it'll happen sometime. Hashtag OGB mailbag. What's your opinion of e-bikes?
What?
E-bikes.
What's an e-bike?
Like, I think they're talking about kind of the electronic kind of motorized bikes. Or maybe they're talking about like the rental bikes. I don't know. I've never used any of those rental scooters or anything.
Either. I never have either.
I've wanted to, but I can never get them to work.
I know old Vic in the weight room used to have an electric bike, and he used to get on the levee with it. And pretty cool concept. You know, you get a nice little workout in, but you also, if you're like, hey, I got to get home, you just turn the handle a little bit, and it was basically a scooter. That's all I know about
I think that's, I've never ridden one. I'd like to. So
if I still lived close to campus like I used to, I would take those to games for sure.
Okay,
but I don't.
Let's see here. Hashtag go to, oh no, okay.
You know who
who's that?
I caught up with yesterday was Willie Fritz, Tulane head coach.
Shout out Willie.
And that is, how about this? That is the only group of 5 team that is ranked in the top 25.
So it gets worse.
And they've got a hell of a 3-game stretch to open their season.
In the S&P Plus, Connolly's rankings.
Say, Bill.
I think there's 3 group of 5 teams in the top 40 and none above 30.
I know.
So what you're seeing is, at least this is Connolly's hypothesis, and I think I agree, is you're seeing everything we talked about with the transfer portal starting to take effect, where that talent is being funneled upward. Okay, great. You played great at a Tulane, a Memphis, or whatever. Well, guess what? Next thing you know, you end up at Kentucky or Ole Miss, and so you're already starting to see it. But shout out Tulane. Hopefully they can make waves again this year.
Open up South Alabama at home. Kane Womack is a hell of a football coach. That is a good football team. Then you go Ole Miss at home, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you go on the road to Southern Miss. One of
Damn.
the only two teams that beat you a year ago was Southern Miss.
Damn.
That Tulane game is going to be lively, man. Uptown New Orleans is going to be fun on that day. That's going to be Tulane's biggest game in a very long time.
Hey, did you see the gritty out of the Commanders O-lineman last night?
While they were fighting in the end zone.
It's so good.
Commanders.
Yeah, left hand up. Breaking the streak. More OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Check it out, y'all. We always love partnering with new groups here on Off the Bench, and it is our distinct pleasure to be joined by K to Z Blinds. Go to ktozblinds.com. You want motorcycle blinds, shades, whatever. Jake, I know they're going to come out to your home, hook you up. What's going on?
I'm looking forward to it because, yes, interior-wise, they can give you blinds and shades and shutters on the outside as well, drapes on the inside, but also exterior. Like, I've got this spot at my house that it's enclosed outside of, obviously, one area of it, and the sun likes to peek in, and it gets hot in there. But if you go and you get those exterior shades, motorized shades, it comes down. It takes care of the heat. It takes care of those UV rays that we talked about on yesterday. And it's basically, look, you have your window open, but you don't have to worry about the bugs and different things. It is perfect for my home. It'll be perfect for yours as well. And if you're trying to watch the LSU game outside, T-Bob, you just drop the shade.
Call 791-1220. Schedule a consultation today. K to Z window coverage.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can lease a new Toyota Camry for $489 per month. That's right, you can get a brand new Toyota Camry for only $489 per month. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West joins us to talk about the Tigers and Sharif Ishaq on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Lonely one out there on an eagle's wings. You're bringing something they can't bring and singing something they can't sing. I know it's lonely when you're saying something they ain't heard. Don't wanna share a mumbling word, 'cause they'll come for you and you'll get purged. But you can only be who you are.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Old Mayo saying Michigan are the Knicks of college football.
Watch your mouth.
No, Hold the Mayo said that, not watch your mouth.
I think them going to the playoffs disqualifies them from that.
Yeah, I mean, I've changed over to the Pelicans because state pride, but like.
I think maybe, is he talking more in like just like brand? So I do feel like Michigan's brand, it's weird because when's the last time they won a natty?
97 or 98.
So it's been a minute, but Michigan's brand to me is still somewhat synonymous, just like with
The Knicks haven't won one since the 70s.
I mean,
college football. But the Knicks are still kind of synonymous with like the NBA.
Michigan's won more recently than Notre Dame.
Yep. By 10 years.
Like way more recently.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, like in that respect, but Michigan the last couple of years has been like championship relevant. So that disqualifies them from this. The
Knicks would be more like Penn State.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Like 70s was a heyday
Yeah,
for them.
well, yeah, again, success-wise maybe, but the Knicks are that's the biggest brand in the NBA, right? It's the most expensive franchise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all. It used to be in North American sports. I don't know if it is anymore. I think
The
they
what?
fall. It used to be like the most valuable franchise in North American sports, but I think they fall into like 5th now.
Would you guys like to know who number 1 is?
Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Which doesn't matter because
Congrats, Taylor.
there's no rings during that time.
Just
Who
another
cares?
ant on the bandwagon.
Have you ever been alive during a Cowboys Super Bowl?
I have not. No, I was born in. Well,
Weird.
I mean,
You get
I don't
slight
remember.
amount of
I was
respect
born.
for
In,
that.
I was born in '96, so like I didn't see any of the heyday.
Wait, did we talk about, dude? I don't think I mentioned this on air. Do you know tall Barry? You probably know. Do you know how tall Barry Sanders was?
Barry Sanders, yeah. Okay, so I actually looked this up the other day, so it's cheating, but he was 5'8", right?
5'8". We talk about Deuce Vaughn and Darren Sproles and all these guys like 5'6". It's so crazy. Then you think about Barry Sanders, like, oh no, he was like, probably like 6 foot, like normal size, like best back of all time. No, this man was 5'8". He was 2 inches taller than Darren Sproles. He was probably the best running back ever. I don't know. Is that crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that's crazy?
No. So it's funny. I was watching the Cowboys game the other day, and I was getting hyped about Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
My wife goes, "Why do you like him so much?" I was like, "Because he's small." And I was like, "Hey, Barry Sanders is one of the best ever." And she goes, "Who's Barry Sanders?" So instantly I lose my mind, and I'm Googling it to her, and then it shows, and then it shows his height. So like I just saw this like, I don't know, like last Thursday.
Yeah, that just blew my mind, man. I feel like not a lot of people appreciate the fact that Barry Sanders was 5'8". And then on the Heisman commercials, I'm like, why does he look normal? It's because, he's always doing it with Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker's like 6 foot, Kyler's like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, just a bunch of short kings with Heismans hanging out. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bill was saying, bro, Deuce Vaughn's 5'5". Again, think about Darren Sproles, think about Barry Sanders. You think about them in ridiculously different ways, and yet there's only 2 inches that separate them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't even know. I mean, it might even be less than that, though. Like if they were standing shoulder to shoulder. I've seen both of those humans in real life. I don't know that Barry Sanders is 2 inches taller than Darren Sproles. Yeah, to your point.
How is Barry Sanders so small? I mean, I mean, small. I mean, I don't know.
He was just like Sprolesy. Like you could, I never saw Darren take like a massive hit. He was so hard to square up. It was almost impossible. You couldn't do it. And he was strong as hell too, which helped. I mean, yeah, he might be short, but he was every bit of get under 400 pounds and bench it. You know.
He could bench 400.
Mm-hmm.
What? Holden Mail says, I love how you all say Michigan won in 97 like it wasn't a 50-year absence before that. LOL, it would be another 50 years. This is not a serious championship winning program. Okay. Look, I think Michigan, that's my pick to win the Natty this year. almost assuredly it will go awry because things always do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I think they actually break through this year, but we'll see.
I've got them number 2, firmly number 2, and the only reason I don't have them number 1 is probably because I think Georgia gets that respect after what they've done.
You just still have Kirby brainwashing you from when you were a freshman about using your hips to play DB. Just still yelling at you.
You have to give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, I don't have to do crap. Screw you, Georgia. Win something.
Well,
okay, I do want to offer this on Carson Beck, though, because we made a lot of jokes at Carson Beck's expense yesterday. And back in the day, you know, doing that with college kids always felt a little greasy. As they're getting paid more and more than us, it kind of feels less and less greasy. That said, I mean, because I'm sitting here acting like too cool guy, I would be loath to have any of my flirting from back in the day be put online. Like, it would be far more beta and far more awkward and far worse than the beta energy that he was putting out yesterday. So I want to be clear. I am a sinner casting stones here. Let's just say that.
I mean, ours would have been AOL Messenger.
Oh, how far have you gone?
ASL? Anybody?
No, it's not. Yeah, no ASL. ASL's a little sketchy, bro. That means you were hanging out in them chat rooms. That's early AOL chat rooms.
No, people used to just pop up and they'd ask you ASL.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Y'all know what ASL means?
Age-sex language.
No. Location.
Oh, my bad.
I do sex not. Location. Even worse.
I knew that.
I always thought it was language.
No, location.
Oh, God, that's way sketchier.
So it's like, okay, I got you.
Yeah, like where you at?
But it would be in like random AOL chat rooms when people would ask.
And they would just like randomly say ASL question mark?
Yeah, so I was just saying like English the whole time, I guess.
And that's why they moved on. They're like, this guy doesn't get it.
They thought you were in England.
Yeah,
English.
exactly.
Robbie Ashford.
Robbie Ashford. Can't wait to watch him in Serie A this year. Glad he finally got out of the Premiership.
Yeah, well, you got a better chance of seeing him there, it sounds like, than in the SEC.
No. Robbie Ashford, or is he transferring? Did I miss that?
No, Peyton Thorne's the starter, though.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I feel like Ashford's going to have packages for him.
How about, I caught up with Alex Scarborough yesterday, who works for ESPN but covers Alabama and Auburn almost like a beat writer. And he thinks Jalen Milroe is going to get the first opportunity. It's gained steam the last week.
The talk. Let's bring it down next here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You want a thigh slapper of a deal? Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Look at these creamy thighs. Look at those creamy tires that you can get on your
creamy tires.
Yeah, I don't know.
They selling white walls over there?
That's what I was thinking of, actually. That would be sick, bro. Get an all-white Murdown Mini with some white wall tires, white wheels. Ooh, son, look like a stormtrooper out there. Bottom line, look, whatever you need. If you want the custom all-white Sienna, or you want like a big red Tundra, feels like Taylor there, big red Tundra, some truck nuts on the back. The point is, best price, best service, best selection, all at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
I really want a Stormtrooper 4Runner.
That'd be sick.
All white and then with black wheels and tires.
Yeah.
They can make it happen for me and you over at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks, all with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Saints are back on the practice field. We'll get you an update on the Whodats, and we'll continue our SEC check-ins. Mississippi State is up next. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We are born the same. Return to that place. Return to that place. Return to that place. Return to that place. We are born the same. Return to that place. We are born the same. Return to that place. We are born the same. Return to that place. Oh, my father. Oh, my brother.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Nick Underhill coming up next. Talk a little black and gold. Just keep this playing underneath, Mari. Might as well. We got a couple minutes here. Talk a little Alabama football. Mentioned Jalen Milroe going to the break there. Mentioned last week that was gaining steam, which marked now, the third somewhat legitimate story that we had, or the third quarterback that, somebody been like, you know what, this is actually going to be the guy. But the Milroe thing has continued to gain steam, you're saying.
It makes sense to me because if you got 3 quarterbacks that are competing and none of the quarterbacks have separated enough to make a call to be your starting quarterback, well, what do? You have a guy in Jalen Milroe that played a little bit last year, but he brings a dynamic to that offense that none of the other quarterbacks can.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he can create on his own. So if you don't have a starting quarterback that has asserted himself in this position battle, which they didn't in the spring, that's why they bring in Tyler Buckner. They haven't so far in fall camp. Then you give the guy who, you know what, we can create something around him. We know what he is as a runner. He can make enough throws as a passer. And if it breaks down, he can create on his own. It makes a lot of sense for Alabama. And so it's not the best case scenario. You would have loved for a quarterback to go take that job. But if you haven't, it is the choice that gives you the best option right now to be successful because he has a unique skill set and the fact that he can just go out there and burn.
Yeah, and look, if you look at this Alabama team, they became too Bryce-centric last couple of years, and they'll be the first to tell you that. I don't know if that's exactly what led to the offensive line really underplaying relevant to their talent level, but I don't know, maybe some sort of refocus on, okay, you know what? We're going to be more ground and pound. We're going to go a bit off meta. We're going to go back to the running game right now, led by Jalen Milroe. And guess what? You linemen, you got to focus back in and refine that toughness and that greatness that you used to have. Like that's to me been the biggest question mark of Alabama the last 2 years, are how can all these 4 and 5 stars offensive linemen just not develop? Like how are they giving up so many TFLs and sacks? How are they giving up penetration? How are they have so many pre-snap penalties? Like it's not been the case there. Now, I know they lost some good coaches. I mean, Doug Marrone obviously no longer there. That's what Wes Neighbors is telling me. That's why he thinks it is the offensive line coach. But still, either way, like Alabama, you have the talent. Lean on people and just go see if you can kind of run people over.
You've also been bad at receiver too.
Yeah, that is true.
You had a run. The offensive line has not lived up to the standard that they built. Certainly, I agree with you there. And then you had a quarterback run where you went Jalen Hurts, and you have Tua Tagovailoa, and you have Mac Jones, you have Bryce Young. 3 of the 4 are first-round picks, and the one that wasn't is an MVP candidate in the NFL. So you had a hell of a run there. Now you don't have that right now. At least we don't think you do. So that's a question. The offensive line's a question, and receiver has just not been what it was. You went from whoever's out there as a first-rounder to not getting drafted type guys.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, again, though, it's like, why throw the ball?
Honestly, I would create an offense around Jalen Milroe until
Tommy
somebody
Reese
steps
earned
up
that
and does
paycheck.
something else.
You're supposed to be the young Wunderkind Tommy Reese. Earn that paycheck, dude. Bilbo says, I'm finishing the quarterback series, then watching the Swamp King. Ooh, did Swamp King drop today?
Yep, today.
It's Ahsoka and Swamp King Day. Taylor, you'll review part of Swamp King tomorrow, I'm sure, and I'll review part of Ahsoka tomorrow. Exciting stuff. Oh, wow. It's the perfect day to talk to Dan Mullen on Snaps later. You should check it out. Download it out.
Say, Dan.
Say, Dan, how's Lake Oconee? Great.
Dan, if Marco Wilson doesn't chunk that shoe, where are you at right now?
Yeah, probably still at Florida, just stressed out and hating life.
Yeah, probably.
I'll do it again. Marco Wilson's a goofy meme. Oh, I'll do it again. Oh, gosh, Mick. Hour 3 of OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bug.
Bayou Ford has $8,000 off MSRP, plus 1.9% financing on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks, along with Bayou Ford's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Make this summer your backyard party year with Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin, plus great Cajun side dishes. We do all the prep, and you enjoy laughing with friends and family. Chris's Specialty Foods, Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, August 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 103. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTE. Jake, you just do the segment while I figure out if I ever actually bought this bomber jacket.
Yeah, we'll do it. Hey, I want to go around the room real quick because I think we're waiting on Nick. I think we're going to get Nick at 9:15. Is that correct? Yep. Sound good?
Looks like it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe.
Because, we watch ESPN here in the studio. We have some different things going on, some different teams that just come across the screen. I'm like, God, I hate that team. The Ravens was one of them. I hate the Ravens. They had their preseason streak broke. It is what it is. Most hated team in sports, professional sports. Let's keep this professional because Florida would be my answer for college, but professional sports, the team that you just despise the most.
The Lakers, for sure.
Okay.
They have a serious sense of entitlement. They've gotten LeBron the last couple of years and have been better, yeah, but I've always hated them. Just their organization, their attitude as an organization and as fans. We don't need to develop players. We're the mighty Lakers. Everybody should want to come here. I've never appreciated that, so they're my most hated team.
Okay, that's a little bit of a surprise. I thought you would go somewhere else, but I understand that answer. Taylor, most hated team in professional sports.
I would say this while Taylor thinks about this. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the percentage is now. In 2009, the Lakers had played in something like 45% of the NBA Finals all time. So, maybe that's down to high 30s now.
Right.
But sense of entitlement, yes, they've been bad recently, I guess, the last few years. But, they've been to almost 50% of the championships that have ever been.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But still, they missed the playoffs 10 straight seasons.
Yeah.
Not even made
a little
the playoffs.
surprise answer from Mario. Taylor, most hated professional sports team.
See, I don't hate professional sports teams nearly as much as
I
college.
know, that's why I gave a category, because I knew college would probably be similar answers.
I got to be honest. I might go the Lakers too. I mean, there's not a lot of NFL teams.
Yeah.
Never liked Washington just because they were in the Cowboys division, and even when Washington was really bad, they always gave the Cowboys hell. I've never hated the Eagles and Giants. I mean, most people think that's weird when I say that. I've never really had a problem with them. As far as baseball, never been a big Red Sox guy, but I guess at the top it would be I guess it would be the Lakers as well.
Okay, all right.
There's a reason I'm not a Red Sox fan now.
Okay, would you like to share with the class or?
Sorry, hold on.
Everybody,
you're good.
Everybody I know.
Do your deal.
I know more Red Sox fans than anybody, and everybody I know is like.
I only know one.
Well, I'm a Red Sox fan because I grew up with a lot, and it's like, well, I'm a Red Sox fan. I hate the Yankees. Why? Well, because they're a bandwagon organization. I'm like, so you're a Red Sox fan to combat the bandwagonness
of the Yankees.
Of the Yankees,
yes.
But I know more Red Sox fans than anybody.
Okay, all right.
It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like counterintuitive to me.
I've said mine many, many times before. It's the Philadelphia Phillies, and that's really, they came across the screen, and it's them. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know what it is about their face, but I want to just punch them right in their suck hole. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
We can go John Kruk. We can go Lenny Dykstra. We can go Mitch Williams. We can go rest in peace Darren Dalton. We can go Howard, Utley, Rollins. We can go whichever. Wade Boggs didn't play for the Phillies.
No, took a shot.
He was Red Sox, Yankees, Rays. All of them. Every one of those players. Can't stand them. Could never stand them. I don't know what it is about the Phillies, right? The Braves have had certainly triumphs over the Phillies way more than they've had over the Braves. I hate the Philadelphia Phillies. I hate their stupid mascot.
Well,
I hate their uniforms. I hate it all.
Their mascot is nothing but the city name shortened.
Yeah.
They're the Philadelphia Phillies. That's stupid.
No, yeah. Well, the mascot's the Fanatic. He's crazy about the Phillies.
No, but their team nickname is literally their city shortened.
Yeah.
That'd be like if the Saints were the New Orleans Nolas.
Yeah.
I mean,
like that's terrible.
Philadelphia in general, the chat's right. I mean, the 76ers, the Eagles, hell, the Philadelphia Union in the MLS. I don't like you very much either.
I've never liked
Phillies.
I've never liked the Sixers either.
Flyers. God, the Flyers suck.
I kind of like Philadelphia, but I think it's just because I'm obsessed with
No.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I enjoyed the city when I
the Philly
when I
fans,
went
though,
in
were-
December for Army Navy. It was great. The city was great. I don't know. There's something. Is it the fans?
The Philly, I know the Eagles fans are like notorious for just being like.
Hey, what are you talking about, guys? They booed Santa. We know this.
Yeah.
Like, this is known. Philadelphia fans are just like that's the entire part. That's the entire point of Always Sunny in Philadelphia is they're just scumbags.
Yeah,
It's absolute
I love the
scumbags.
show too.
But that's why I like them is because they wear that scumbag on their sleeve. There's an honesty in their scumbaggishness, which I like.
So I know that Jalen Hurts does things the right way when he makes me not hate the Eagles as much.
Yeah, true.
He played quarterback at Alabama and plays quarterback for the Eagles, two teams I don't really care for, and I'm like, you know what? If they beat Kansas City, I'm okay with that because of Jalen Hurts.
One of y'all was out that day. I don't remember who it was, but we were talking about it, and I was like, you know, as a Cowboys fan, like it's hard to hate the Eagles. They have so many likable guys on that team. You got Hurts, Fletcher Cox. I mean
no, the
Chauncey
most
Gardner
likable is
Johnson
Jason
was
Kelce,
there.
dude.
Like, yeah, Jason Kelsey. Like, there's so many likable guys on that team.
Yeah.
Even my Lotto, the giant tackle, dude. Okay, I'll get to mine in a second. Have you all seen the Philadelphia videos of people strung out on that new drug? That's
Yeah, they
taking
call
over
it
the
a
streets?
trank, right?
Yeah, and they just stand there like zombies.
Trank?
Crazy videos. Maybe pull one of those up.
Yeah.
Also, Mario, for you, I guess the NBA started playing finals in the 50s. So we've had about 73 years of them, and the Lakers have made 31 finals. So,
Okay.
It's not bad.
Live in the past. Cool.
I would say the Cowboys would be my most hated. It was the only franchise that I was ever raised to hate.
I was raised. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think it's actually pretty much it. I mean, I personally, as an adult, the way that you all talk about Philly, I feel about Boston. I feel like they think of themselves as hard and cursed, and being a Boston sports fan is hard. Where for my lifetime, all they've done is win championships in every single sport ever. But they still want to, claim that they're the sort of like blue collar, hard pressed fan base when they've literally had everything served to them on a silver platter. So yeah, screw Boston.
Nobody said the Falcons.
Well, I mean, I can't say the Falcons because I grew up a huge Falcons fan.
I thought Mario was going with Falcons for sure.
Yeah,
I
Mario,
agree.
You don't hate the Falcons?
I actually agree with your Boston take because of the Patriots and because of the Red Sox and the Celtics. They've all won championships
and
recently.
even the Bruins
and the Bruins
did.
have won a championship. I'm sure the New England Revolution have probably won one here in the MLS.
Look at Philly, dude. Everybody's high on Trank. Sounds like something out of the Dread movie. And it's just like people just standing around kind of floating like zombies. This isn't even the worst.
I don't really like that.
This isn't even the worst one that I've seen either.
Drugs are bad.
And to be fair, it's not it's not representative like the entire city of Philly. You go to New Orleans, I'm sure, and find similar things. In fact, a magazine the other day, I saw a woman who was just out of her mind.
I saw that on Highland Road the other day, going to get food.
Hell yeah, dude.
In between campus and here.
Which because I don't know this. Oof, I don't like watching
screw
this
you,
video.
Boston though, and the Red Sox.
Which
Get out of here,
if
you
Boston's
bums.
not the grittiest city, if they don't have the most grit, if they don't have the hard-working mentality, like who would that fall to? I know a lot of people would say Philly, the city that I just kind of threw a ton of shade on. Like which city actually has what we're talking about?
I mean, the rest of Pittsburgh, maybe.
Ooh, Pittsburgh's a good one.
I don't know how good the Penguins are doing.
Pittsburgh's always really good at sports, but it's hard to not be gritty when your nickname for the city is Steel Town.
Detroit.
It's pretty manly.
Detroit might have to be in the combo.
I mean, Dan Campbell's brought a lot of extra grit to it.
Detroit gets it. So Detroit scores
Monty
highly
Williams.
in the we suck at everything. And so if you're really about this life, you're about this life.
Right.
So yeah, there's a level of commitment there that I
Well,
certainly
that's
can
kind of like
appreciate.
it's kind of like Cleveland as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of fall into that category.
Random, but an opportunity to say it. I really respect Monty Williams taking the Pistons job. Like, I know he got a giant contract, and that's maybe why he's there, but he could have got, some other jobs.
Like, this is why, though, Dennis Allen needs to be good with the Saints. Because if we're not, then we're Detroit. We're Cleveland. We don't want to say that, but
What do you mean?
I mean, a city that's kind of past its former glory with crappy sports team that suck every single year. Oh, yeah, here you go, Jake. Here's some real drink zombies. Not good. Yeah, it's just awful.
I love that.
Bad place to be. Yeah, no, I mean, the Pelicans are the Browns of the NBA.
Fair.
The Saints.
Don't laugh, Taylor. You're a Cowboys fan.
The Saints were awful for the majority of our lives. Now,
It's way different.
It goes back to our point from earlier this year where we were just about how it's so important for the Saints to prove they can win outside of the Peyton Breeze era. Otherwise, we're sitting here laughing at Cleveland and Detroit, but what are we but another Cleveland and Detroit?
I feel you, but, last 50 years, we have a championship. They don't. Again, kind of disqualifies from this conversation for me. But I get what you're saying.
I guess, but I'm not as ring heavy as y'all are.
Yeah, but your whole
existence.
Yeah, we saw this weekend on Twitter. You're not ring happy.
Did I get more SEC rings than you, or did you get 2 as well?
I don't know. I just got the one that mattered.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
So
you are literally not as ring heavy as me because we have the same amount of natty rings.
Is 2 SEC championships better than? No, see, but you only like to claim the 07 when it's convenient for you.
Yeah, but it's convenient for me now to claim 07. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, duh, dude. I'm just saying.
Wow.
If we're doing a pure scaled measurement of ring heaviness, I have 1 additional ring. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
More OTB. Let's talk to Nick Underhill next.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings Baseball.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West joins us talk about the Tigers and Sharif Ishaq on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Sun and the stars, night and the day. All of the while I was calling your name. I would get so lost in my feelings, head in the clouds. I would get so caught up in believing something.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Gardier Road says, $10 super chat. Shout out Gardier. Says, Trank is actually elephant tranquilizer. Damn.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
You should not ingest something that tranquilizes an elephant, bro. Come on, man.
Chef definitely shouldn't do it twice. Let's go to the phone lines right now. We got our guy, Nick Underhill from New Orleans.football. New Orleans.football is your site for all your black and gold coverage. Nick, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing well. We were talking about our most hated professional franchise. Maybe this gets a bit muddy for you because you're a journalist, but do you have a professional sports franchise that you loathe?
Well, like when I was growing up, I lived in an area that was kind of like a tri-team area with the Steelers, the Browns, and the Bills, and I didn't really have like a favorite team, but I was just kind of always the guy that like rooted against the Steelers, so that was kind of my thing. I don't carry that with me anymore. I'm long over it, but I was like the anti guy growing up. So yeah,
I feel like you probably generated a lot of heat, huh, Nick? Like that had to put you into some hot water at times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but, you know, like sometimes I like to argue and, like, prove people wrong on things. So, I mean, that just kind of like, rooted itself in there. So, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of about creating a little bit of animosity and getting things going.
Yeah, that's how you originally started to sharpen those knives that you're still wielding today. New Orleans.football's coverage is out of control right now, y'all. Remember Mike Triplett joining the team this last year, Brooke Kirktroffer as well. They got articles, they got podcasts, they got videos. New Orleans.football's a site. Sign up today. Nick, let's talk Chargers. Before we talk the game, though, we're not privy to the practices in the way that y'all are. But like Jake told us the other day, the practices are arguably more important than the game. What were your biggest takeaways from the joint practices with the between the Saints and Chargers?
Yeah, definitely way more important. I mean, it's disappointing they canceled these Houston ones too, because like it's just they set up what they want to do, and you see it. It's specific, and I think you just gather better information. Like, you know, they ran 48-second drives. Like you can't necessarily do that in a game over and over, and just kind of see it, or even set it up even once. So, I think it's just a lot more informative that way. I think a lot of the stuff we were seeing, it kind of just got hammered home a little bit. I know there's some different takes out there. I honestly felt better about Mike Thomas after these joint practices coming out of him than I did going in. I was starting to get a little bit worried with some of the stuff we were seeing here locally, and I think it was more about like I think Mike kind of getting in his head a little bit and getting frustrated, like dropping some passes. We saw him like scream a couple times, like in frustration, punch a wall. And coming out here, he started making plays. He was getting open. And I felt a little bit better about what we saw there. I thought Chris Olave looked pretty good the first day, second day, not so much. It solidified our thoughts on Derek Carr. But, I kind of feel better about the defense, too, overall. And it feels like something that could be, pretty strong for them this year. I'm still not there on the pass rush. I need to see it in the games. But, I mean, I think the information that we're gathering is that it's probably solid. I don't know that it's going to be a great part of the team or a strength of the team. But I think maybe we've seen enough to maybe start to think that it's not going to be a weakness. And coming into camp, that was one of my top 3 things. But O-line, I'm still worried about. I mean, I think that still remains my biggest concern. This game, I was a little bit disappointed with what we saw with Trevor Penning. It should have been a game that he dominated, and I think 4 times the speedy pass rusher for the Chargers, 45, name is escaping me. So I'm just kind of beat him with speed 4 times, and I mean that's just not something that you want to see from a first-round pick. You should go in the game and dominate. I thought he was okay in the practices. He was against Mac quite a bit. Got beat a handful of times, but was solid. I think overall, Ramczyk looked really good against Bosa.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there was just kind of a lot of proving of what we thought we were seeing locally went out there. A lot of it proved out, I think.
Nick, first off, I'm glad you survived Hurricane Hillary and an earthquake as well. You probably never thought you'd go to Southern California and have to worry about your first hurricane of the season. So congratulations there. Hey, what about on the other side? You mentioned some of these Saints offensive line and one-on-ones, and you mentioned the pass rush. How did the defensive line do against the Chargers offensive line in those one-on-ones?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we split up field. Like, it was offense one day, defense the second day.
Gotcha.
I went offense the first day, Tripp was defense the first day. And then when we flipped, they didn't do one-on-ones the second day. So I didn't have I don't have a great answer on that, but in the team stuff, I think we kept seeing Carl Granderson show up. He had a handful of plays. It's Peyton Turner, though, that keeps kind of popping every single day. And I've been really, really reluctant to buy into it because it's just been so long. And I got to see it. I got to see it in the games. And making plays against the second team is great. Seeing it again in this preseason game, he was back there a few times. He's making plays. I just got to see it, though, in real action at this point to start buying that stock. But, those 2 guys are flashing consistently. Foskey, and the team stuff kept looking how he's looked overall. I don't think we're seeing a whole lot there yet. No. And I'm kind of to the point where I'm not going to expect anything from him during the season. I think he needs, a good amount of time to develop. It's just been disappointing that, he can't find a way to use his speed even yet to really make plays consistently in practices. So, 8 games, same thing. I mean, he gave up that touchdown to the stick, just kind of doesn't have the recognition. Too. Yeah, man. It's just like there's too much going on for him right now. I think he needs to find a way to slow it down. And, when it does that, I think that we'll start seeing the talent, but it's definitely moving way too fast for him right now.
Nick_Underhill on X.com, New Orleans on football site. Nick, what about Juwan Johnson? Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, so Mario and Taylor love fantasy, and we were kind of discussing Juwan Johnson's potential worth. Do you think, is this a cat that could, does he have top 5 potential? I mean, we know Derek Carr loves to throw to tight ends. If you look at the trajectory of his numbers, it's a really impressive jump from year to year. And when you look at this preseason, I've heard he dominated a lot of the, or played very well, had some really big moments in some of those joint practices. Juwan Johnson, where do you think his kind of ceiling is relative to other NFL tight ends?
I mean, I think it's pretty high. And the thing is that the bar on being like a top 5, top 10 tight end really isn't that high. Like, there aren't a lot of truly productive players there. So I think he has a chance to be one of them. I mean, it looks comfortable, man. Like that's probably the main thing that I would take from this whole entire summer is that him and Carr just look really, really comfortable with one another, and it's becoming more and more explosive. Juwan got down the field a couple times, and he has that. The receiver background, he can make some of those plays up the seam and down the field. And I think Carr is someone that likes to throw the ball there. So I think he has a really good chance of being that guy. And I think he's really separated from that pack of tight ends too. There was a point where it felt like they were all kind of making plays and they were all kind of bunched together. And, slowly but surely, he's just kind of just ran off from the group, and everybody else is kind of, way behind. So I think he's definitely going to make a lot of plays. Carr's great in that 2-minute drill. Juwan's built for the 2-minute drill, just kind of the way they do it. So I think he's going to, I don't know what it takes to be a top 5 tight end, but if you're saying 600, 700 yards, I think that's something that I would probably place a bet on, and I think he can get there.
Hey, what about the corner battle? We know that, a couple of outside corners. We know Lattimore is going to be one of them, and then we are kind of trying to figure out exactly how the nickel's going to play out, and the opposite corner outside of Lattimore there, and it's a perfect team in the Chargers to go against, Nick, because you've got 3 first-round receivers. Now, all different years, but you have 3 guys that the Chargers are counting on. You just drafted one in the first round. We know what Ken Allen, we know what Mike Williams can be. How did they look against a very good Chargers receiver room?
I think Adebo and Alontae Taylor both look pretty good. I thought Adebo maybe played a little bit better overall. He had a couple pass breakups, held his own, didn't draw too many. I think he had 1 flag in these practices. I think he caught one in these practices. Taylor had a couple too. Overall, I think Adebo's kind of outplayed Taylor a little bit, but I still believe in Taylor's potential and upside a whole lot more than Adebo's, which kind of makes it tough. You want him on the field to develop because I think there's a little bit more there. And I think it is really close, kind of almost like coin flip close, where you can't go wrong with either guy. But if I had to pick one to play right now, I'm putting Adebo ahead. It's the only thing with him is what it's always been. It's just kind of the penalties, and I think last year was kind of weird for him too with the injury. I don't think he ever fully got back to form. But coming into this season, he looked great. I think he looks great right now. But yeah, I mean, if I had to play a game now, I would go with Adebo. But if I had to go 17, and there's a chance for the other guy to get better over the course of the season, I still like Taylor a little bit more because I just think that he can be a much better player. He just has to kind of, keep slowing things down a little bit. Like the issue for him is just kind of the aggressiveness with which he plays. And that's one of the things you love about him because, when he's blowing up a run or being competitive, I think that stuff feeds the defense. But when it's like a curl, it's just like he's going at it too hard and he can get beat on some stuff like that would change the direction because he's just like over pursuing and just, everything's 100 miles per hour. If he can just ramp it down a little bit, kind of, contain that, I think he can. I think he can be really, really good. But I don't know. Just kind of the DNA of this team right now is that they've been going with sure things. It's going with Jalen Smith instead of a young linebacker. It's getting Darrell Williams instead of believing in Ellis Merriweather. It's going and getting out proven commodities on the coaching staff and instead of trying to find like young up and comers. Like they're trying to make sure they're cutting out the margin for error overall, which kind of makes me think. In something like this, they might go with the Debo, but I can see it going either way still.
Nick, I'm glad you mentioned Jalen Smith. You described him as rangy in the practice reports, and that's definitely how he looked on Sunday. Has he solved your depth questions at linebacker?
I think so. Yeah, I do. And so is like Nephi Sewell, I think, taking the next step. And they just got some decent options at that position. But Jalen is someone that I think just right away, like immediately on the field, it's like, all right, like they'll be fine if one of these guys get hurt. I don't think that he's like a huge difference maker, but if DeMario or Pete Werner misses some time, like I'm not going to lose sleep over it. He's definitely somebody that can come in, handle business, and do what he's got to do. And I think, I think you saw it right away. He had 2 third down stops. He made some plays in practice immediately. He was out there sideline to sideline a little bit, making plays in the flats, reading them, reacting, and, all that stuff. Everything you need to see. It was just very much like, all right, this guy's a pro. Like it's handled, it's settled. They're good to go if something happens.
Nick, the story that we actually haven't even mentioned on the show yet, and it's just, I don't, because I don't know really what to make of it. What is the latest on Jimmy Graham and kind of set up what is official thus far in terms of what happened to him over the weekend?
I mean, apparently he's doing okay. He was at the game. He watched the game from the stadium. So I think it's not something that like where he's like in a danger zone, like where something else is going to happen. I think they feel okay about where he's at. Sounds like he's getting better. Honestly, kind of a weird situation. You ask people, there isn't a lot being said. So I don't know. Like, honestly, it's some kind of waiting and seeing and waiting for them to put the information out there. If a guy had a seizure, like that's just not something that I'm digging too hard on. It's like, is he all right? Yeah, all right. So what's going on? If you aren't getting a whole lot of answers, like you just kind of leave some stuff like that alone. But I think he's doing all right. Hopefully he'll be able to continue doing everything he wants to do. And if that's playing football, hopefully, it's all good and he can do that. But yeah, I haven't really heard anything. So I don't know. It's kind of a surprising situation and hopefully he's doing all right.
Nick, all right, to wrap up here, have you seen enough out of this Saints team in this preseason?
Yeah, I think coming in it was 10 wins. I think I still feel 10 wins coming out of it. I think they've shown a lot of what we need to see. I think we'll probably see maybe some more starters this week since they didn't get the Texans game. So, like, if there's anything else they got to figure, or the Texans practices. So I think if there's anything they still need to figure out, we'll see them in this game. But I feel like we kind of know everything we got to know about them. And, the way they kind of moved in this game felt that way too. Like, they feel good about their starting 22. There's questions at cornerback, so those guys are on the field. But outside of that, and there's questions about Penning, so he was on the field. But outside of that, I think they kind of know everything they need to know. And I kind of feel the same way. It's just they're strong at the top. I think a little weak behind them. You got to hope for health. And if they stay healthy, I think they can get the time.
I love it, man. I cannot wait. NewOrleans.football is your site for all your Saints coverage throughout the football season. Go sign up today. Nick, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
Nick_Underhill. By the way, celebrating college football being back, why don't you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app? If it's your first time downloading, use the promo code Baton Rouge. It's all one word, Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on any college football game. You get $200 in free bets instantly. That's right. Normally it's $150. This week, you bet $5. Okay, promo code Baton Rouge for your first time sign up. $5, $200 in bonus bets instantly. So you can play that Notre Dame bet you want, like whatever. It doesn't matter. You can play whatever you want. And then you got a little nut to play with for the rest of football season, even potentially. If you're a returning customer member, you can get into all of your degenerate parlays, and whether it be same game parlays or multi-game parlays or whatever, player props, it's all there for you, man. It's back. Football is back. Football gambling is back. And DraftKings is your home for football gambling. Do you have any action going on this weekend yet? Have you laid anything out yet?
Yeah, last weekend was good for your boy in the soccer world.
Okay.
Going to have another week 0 situation hopefully coming up this weekend. Soccer still going on as well. And remember, you can place those first week bets as well. Those lines are already out. And, I mean, certainly the future odds are out there as well. So if you feel like there's some value out there, T, go ahead and take full advantage of that value.
Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposits can apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football. Terms licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER 1-426-2537.
Nice job, T.
Real
quick before you hit it, do we think the True Circle? Do we think that Nick forgot number 45 for the Chargers' name? Who was flashing for him? Or he didn't want to say Tuli Pulotu?
Yeah.
Oh.
The latter.
No, he didn't want to say
What do you think? What do we think?
The latter.
Okay.
Sure.
Nick does his homework. He knew who he was.
I was about to say, I've never
didn't wanna
known
say
Nick
it.
not to know a name. Hey, look, it's a very Tuli Pulotu is his name. Now, it doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't roll off the tongue when you wake up, and do an interview early in the morning. I get it. I was True Circle. There's plenty of names. If I don't know a name, I'll say it as fast as I possibly can.
Huey Pooey in the potty?
No. Tuli Pulotu. Tuli Pulotu.
Nobody had a more fun last name to say than Home and Awanui. It just
real quick to bring this up.
Rhythm to it. Home and Awanui.
Uyangale.
Uyangalele.
Uyangalele. Can you say Uyangalele?
People used to say Uyangalele, but now it's
Hanny does.
Uyangalele.
He throws an extra lay in
so
there.
it's just Uyangale.
No.
Lele. It's Lele, not Lele.
Uyangalele.
Lele.
Yeah.
Okay.
DJ Uyangalele.
I used to love Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I mean, because that one, Uyangalele is actually
satisfying.
tough to say. Tagovailoa, has a great just rhythmic. It's like Home and Awanui. Once you get down, it just flies out the tongue. How about Hau'oli Kikaha? Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Beast mode pass rusher. In college, he was. Didn't translate
to bring this back to a conversation earlier, Tui Pulotu was on the USC Trojans last year, second-round pick, a defense that was 106th in the country. You're losing a guy like that, and you're telling me you're going to be better?
Who's that?
The guy we're talking about.
Oh, what happened?
He went to USC.
Oh.
He's a second-round pick.
He's good in the
You
league.
lose him, and you're telling me you're going to be better from a guy that you brought in from A&M who had no tackles for loss and no sacks.
Hold on now. That's that logic that you're like, oh, this makes sense, but kind of doesn't though, because that's one player from an awful defense. You can get better by getting multiple good players and the overall defense be better.
They didn't get a player better than him.
No, they didn't.
No, but they may have gotten 5 players better than the 5 other guys, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you have one player better than him, but I'm saying if you get better at 5 spots, you're better defense.
But they didn't, though.
You're trying to say the whole is better than the sum of its
Yeah,
parts.
I understand what you're saying. Barry Alexander had 3 sacks last year. 2 of them came in the final game.
Barry Alexander was hyped because
in a game that was 65-7. Lucas from A&M didn't have a tackle for loss or a
Y'all are
sack.
tripping if you think Bear Alexander are going to be good in the Pac-12.
Well, yeah, he'll be good in the Pac-12 because they're not as good as the SEC, but
I think he'll be good no matter what, probably, but he'll definitely be good in the Pac-12. Unless that apartment just got to his head and old boy's checked out, which could be possible. I mean, you get me Millie's, you stick me in L.A. in an apartment, like, I'm 21 years old, T-Bob's ruining his life.
The best player,
100%.
the best ruining his
100%.
life. The best player that they got is Mason Cobb from Oklahoma State at linebacker.
Hell yeah, he's a beast. We'll see. We'll see with USC.
They got a tough slate down the stretch.
All the Pac-12 does, though.
They do.
Somebody emerge.
do.
This is one of the few years where a one-loss Pac-12 champion will be guaranteed to get in.
I
Somebody
agree.
just go take it.
If they have a one-loss Pac-12 champion, they 100% deserve to be in the playoff.
Sorry. God, this freaking school thing, man. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Saints are back on the practice field. We'll get you an update on the Hoodats, and we'll continue our SEC check-ins. Mississippi State is up next. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Clinton and Canarsie be like.
The Queen Baton Rouge, formerly Hollywood Casino, invites you to a special never-before-seen event in Baton Rouge. On Thursday, August 24th, the Queen Baton Rouge presents a drone light show. The show will begin just after 8:30 p.m. Come downtown or park anywhere close to where you have a clear view of the sky above River Road near the Capitol. Then, after the show, head over at 9 p.m. when the doors officially open at the Queen Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What? Bilbo says Destiny 2 Final Shape Showcase today event at 11 a.m. People are still playing Destiny 2? Damn. Okay, dude. LSU just canceled class as well for the power line. Sheesh.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, we're still doing a radio show?
Yeah, it's everybody.
Oh, what's going on, everyone?
2 more segments.
What's happening? How's everyone doing today? Having a good day?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I caught up on sleep after the weekend. I feel great compared to yesterday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I made the problem of stayed up till midnight two nights ago, where I like. So I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 on my gaming PC, which I only can play for like 20 minutes a day because I'm working on it and then I have to go home and it's not in my house. Then I still was loving some Baldur's Gate, so I downloaded Baldur's Gate 1 on my PS5, which is an old RPG from 1998. And it's really damn good, man. And I've gotten hooked on it. And yeah, I like an idiot. I stayed up till like 11. And then I was like, oh my God, I need to do some work. And then, yeah, next thing you know, it's just an awful decision. I love when a video game gets its hooks in me, but I also hate it because I immediately start making poor choices that are not good for my health.
I don't get a chance to play like a system anymore, so if I fall into it, y'all know me like Retro Goal, Retro Bowl.
Yeah, on the phone.
Baseball 9 is the latest.
Oh, what is Baseball 9?
Baseball 9. I believe it's out of Japan, but it's a baseball game. Cartoon character like a lot of like kind of like backyard baseball feel.
Oh, okay.
But you're playing in stadiums, and the boys introduced me to it. I'm all over it.
You talking my language, man?
Yeah, I am all over it now. I don't get a chance again to like pull out the system, but I've got like a little itch to play some Madden. Like I don't have the newest Madden. I hadn't had Madden in a while, but my oldest son Jackson, who is very, very much into Madden, like I would love to be able to get on the sticks and like teach him a lesson.
Well, you saw the Patrick Mahomes tongue graphics.
I did,
and you were like, "I'm in."
Sure,
sold you.
Yeah,
sold me too. I agree. Do they have Derek Carr biceps? That's what I need to make sure.
Man.
Otherwise, I'm not buying.
Last year, I was able to be on the game for the LSU portion of it, and I got like 10 free copies.
Wait, what do you mean be on it? How was that again?
Remember, it was like they had like an LSU legend. Yeah, did you ever use that download?
I never started it.
Did you actually download it though? Maybe feel better and tell me you did. Lie to me.
Yeah, I think I added it to my library.
Okay, well, at least you used the code.
Yeah.
I got 10 free, and it was so nice. And then Jackson's like, "Hey, can I buy Madden?" I'm like, "How much is it?" $60. I'm like, "What?"
It should be 70. I mean, if you really think about it, video games have been $60 forever, whereas inflation's ratcheted up, and they're still only $60. Some are starting to crease over into 70s. I'm just at this point for me with video games and football, I'm just waiting for NCAA. Madden's tight, but I'm not. Maybe it's because I don't have any boys playing it. I'm not feeling any pull to dive on the Madden sticks right now. I did see PGA Tour 2K23 was randomly a free download recently, and I'm like, okay, I could maybe like mess around with that a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. But NCAA is going to be incredible.
When's that come out?
Next summer, baby.
Oh, we still got to wait a whole another year?
Confirmed. Yep. We got to wait a year, but get hype. You only got to wait a few more hours for Ahsoka.
If anybody cares, Baker Mayfield has just been named the starting quarterback for Tampa Bay Week 1 officially.
Yes!
Beat out Kyle Trask.
God! I knew it! Way to go, Bake. Proud of you, bud. Hell yeah. When we get back, we'll close out the show.
OTB, OT.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. You can schedule your service right there on the website if you want. You can check out some of the incredible deals they have on the website. You can start to explore the selection, find your next Toyota, or go see them off Airline Highway and let them kind of guide you. Whether you're looking for a new Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get that warranty coverage, maybe you need a rent for a vacation. You get cheaper per day rental prices. And the people, though, the people are what separates. So shout out Aaron Pico, shout out Miss Lisa Sessions, Tom Wagaspec, the whole crew over there at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Go check them out today, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
They got something for everybody. Doesn't matter what you're looking for. If you need a Sienna, you need a little bit more room, you need the Sequoia for the same situation, or if you want a midsize SUV, multiple midsize SUVs, and also multiple trucks. So, Tacoma, Tundra, if you want to pick there, multiple sedans, multiple hybrids, they have it all. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, in Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Glenn West joins us to talk about the Tigers and Sha'Carri Richardson on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Baseball 9 kind of fun.
Yeah, there you go. Don't have to worry about fielding. It kind of fields for you. Play a game in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Ask the Bench. Get all your questions. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. Oh my gosh, I've been on Top Chat this entire show.
Me too.
Sorry, y'all.
Shoot. That's on me.
Even your mailbag. Damn. Probably missed some questions.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Why does it do that?
I don't know.
But damn.
I don't think we have any questions. Play the Grady video. So, Mario, sorry, do you want to say anything about the Ravens? But remember, Ask Bench brought by Colker's Light Visit, Arteltra Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Do you want to say anything about the Ravens streak being broken last night?
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happens. It was a great run. Like y'all were saying before the show, I doubt that record is ever broken.
Kind of insane. It's so pointless, but so unbreakable.
And so Ravens. So on brand.
Oh, wait, what? Are you
That's
saying,
so Ravens. Chill out.
okay,
I knew. I knew as soon as I said it.
I saw Raven Simone's got another show on Disney called like Raven's Home or something.
Yeah, it's her kids.
Is it like, does it have to be her name in it? Is that like a part of the contract?
Yeah, I mean, you don't hire Raven and not put Raven in the name. All right, here, hit the video.
You remember the wrestler Raven?
Look, I love this meeting. It says, my life in chaos. And look at the big boy. The big boy just sitting there doing the gritty by the fight. Oh, that is all-time good O-line energy right there. Shout out.
Coach Prime would not like him not getting involved.
Would kick him off the team.
Not after you saw that gritty. How much longer does the gritty last, by the way, boys?
I don't know.
It has had its
We're
run.
going on year 5. If 19 was year 1, we're going on year 5.
A few more years for sure. Jefferson's still very much in his prime. He's the king of it.
Yeah, but even like, remember all the LSU boys used to do Whip and Nene when it was big back in the day, and they were on the forefront, but that died after like a year.
Yeah, I don't know. The gritty holds a little bit more weight, in my
I
opinion.
mean, but surely eventually Jamar and Jets are going to want to do something else.
I'm just never going to try a gritty again myself. After
Classic spite?
did it in Las Vegas, and the girl said I looked like I was trying to use the bathroom.
Hey, you did not tear your knee like Adam Schefter, so.
What's crazy is I think Musso may have the best gritty in the building.
So I've heard, man.
Potentially.
I'm never going to be able to convince him to do it, but I've heard.
I've seen video of it. It's crazy. It's a good gritty. What can I say?
Moose.
Hey, do you want to remind you to go to AgTip Baton Rouge, agtipbr.com, all your AC, heat, and electrical needs, all with the one business, the service to the highest degree. It's still crazy out there, man. And remember, with AgTip, you can ask for that Star Club membership where they actually stay on top of everything for you, and you don't lift a finger. So it's like you just pay a low monthly rate, and in the end, you save money because you avoid like catastrophic issues. And in fact, they just text you, hey, we're coming out, blah, blah, blah. You're good to go. Like, it's literal no hassle, and it's all representative of that customer service. It's service to the highest degree ethos that they operate by agtempbr.com. Ask the Bench, do you even care about number 7 anymore? Not really. If I'm being honest. Who got number 7? Did they name that?
They haven't named that either.
Ask the Bench, who does Jake want to have at number 18?
I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Williams.
Let's say probably Josh
I would not
Williams.
mind
Yes,
seeing
Jake.
Josh Williams. I love his story. I love where he's at with this team. I know he's been banged up during training camp, but media days, representation of what LSU football is all about.
3 best picks to win their division in the NFL. I think the Saints win in the NFC South. I feel confident about that. I think that the Chiefs win the AFC West. I mean, sorry, bro. What else do I feel confident in?
The Bengals win in the North?
I think I'm feeling okay. Bengals AFC North is strong. I was going to go that or Eagles in the NFC East.
I'd be surprised if anybody besides the Jaguars win their division.
I got one right here.
49ers in the West.
I was about to say the NFC West. You got the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, who are and then the 49ers.
It's so
I mean,
crazy though, because just like 2 years ago, the division was incredible. So weird how fast the tides can shift in the NFL.
I mean, maybe the Seahawks could challenge them, maybe, but yeah, I'm with Jake. Like that was the first one I thought of.
Yeah, the Jaguars and Lions are both favored to win their division, and not long ago that would have seemed insane.
Yeah. Ask the Bench, which sports will Harlow play?
softball, soccer for sure. Probably flag football for a
I
little
actually
bit.
didn't get to it today, but there's a pitcher in the Little League World Series, a girl that's tearing it up right now.
Pitching in the Ivy League.
Throwing heat. Throwing 70 miles an hour, boys.
Yeah. Do whatever she wants. I don't care as long as she's doing something.
Stella Weaver, shout out. 5'8" flamethrower. Hey, we love y'all. See you tomorrow. OTB.
OTB, OT.
Okay, that's a wrap. Back it up. Not so fast. I got to tell you about Patient Plus. I don't know about you boys. I got a little tickled in my foot. I also got a little, like, the one ear I've been wearing an ear pod in. I feel like I maybe have an ear infection coming in. I don't know.
Yeah, you live in those things.
The point, I do. That is true. And I lost one months ago, so I live in one of them things now. Very weird. The point is, though, I know where I'm going. Patient Plus. So I got that digital profile. I walk in, I touch a button on my phone. I'm signed in. I get my medicine. I get out. I'm good to go. Go to Patient Plus. COVID's going around again. I know it's crazy, but they got all the testing, everything that you're going to need. There's a location close to you. They're all throughout Baton Rouge, and the facilities are going to blow you away. Experience it for yourself firsthand. Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care.
There's a location near you, near me, near Mario, Taylor, whoever's listening in the Baton Rouge area. There's a location that's going to be convenient for you. They're all about convenience over at Patient Plus. That's why the tagline is get in and get better.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solution.